right, this is now episode 28, bro. Season 3, episode 8. We got finally, so what should have been happened. Dame.
Yo, way too long.
For real. Yo, shout out to everyone's mod chonk for reminding me. She kind of like just went into my stream and she was like, "Yo, weren't you trying to get Dame on or something like that?" And I was like,
"No,
you rated. That's what it was." And somebody brought it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're so right. Like, why haven't I hit this dude up again?" And
it's not you. It's been me. I've been super busy.
Yeah, work life and stuff. I meant
work life, everything. I don't even get to stream like that no more.
Yeah, I saw it's been a hot minute, man, since you've been streaming.
It's not intentional, that's for sure.
Yeah, but we gotta live, bro. I gotta chop too, man. I almost didn't make this podcast. I was actually getting mad because I was like, dude, like, not again. Can we not? Because we were supposed to do it before, but we both kind of forgot, and that's mainly my fault. I should have kept up with you, but
shit happens. That's all I say. That's life.
Yeah. I appreciate you understand that, man, because I feel like a lot of people don't, man. Like, dudes don't work. Like, I don't know. Like, what
people
do you
don't understand. A lot of people don't want to work nowadays, and I don't understand how people are doing it. That's the craziest thing. Sitting here every day, like wondering, how you just gonna be at the end of the week.
Right, like you're just gonna be a whole YouTuber, but you're not gonna have a place to stay or a place to eat. Anyway, we could get into that later, man. If you want to introduce yourself, I'll let you do that.
Well,
and by all means, let the people know.
It's your boy Dame. Yours truly. I know I'm not always around, but we've been trying to do this for months.
Yeah.
I mean, Yugi's that guy. I love seeing him. I love when I hop in the streams. He's always got that great charisma. I'm always with it. So it's been finally overdue. I'm happy to finally be here. Season 3, episode 8. Shoot.
Yeah.
It'll be a special one. It's gonna be a special one.
Absolutely. Hey, man, your boy finally. I don't know. I'm totally going off a tangent here. This is about you, but real quick, I just want to say, like, I don't know what it is with TikTok, bro, but for some reason they would like limit my views. Did you hear about this or know anything about this?
It's like a shadow ban thing. I don't know if you've ever caught like a temporary ban, but after that, you don't get any views. Dude, that's what I've noticed.
For like the longest time, it would get no more than 3, and then last night I did like some tutorial on like a Spider-Man mission, and it got 3,000. I was like, okay, I don't understand TikTok, but if
the gaming videos, I feel like the gaming videos get a lot of love, especially if it's like if your face isn't on it. I feel like that's when I've gotten most of my love on TikTok. But I mean, I've been posting for years, and I got shadow banned one time. Ever since, I haven't been able to crack over a couple thousand on any kind of short. So
it's so weird, But
that platform there's a lot of fishy stuff that goes on with that platform.
Oh yeah. We can definitely we can dissect that all day. But my point being is that hopefully we can post some clips of this there, and I'd love for people to see it more if hopefully TikTok actually gives me some respect. However, we're all on all social, so met you through some mutual friends, mods. You've been streaming for how long now?
I think I started in 2021. Like, okay, I want to say July 2021. So about 2 years.
But you've been making content for longer, right?
Yeah. When I actually started streaming when I was 13.
Wow.
I did the old 2K14 was my game. A lot
of dudes came up with 2K, bro.
Yup.
A lot of big names.
Little following there when I was about 13, 14, and then everybody in the school found my channel, and it was I don't know why I felt some type of way about it, but literally deleted all of it. The Twitch is still up, some of the OGs do know where to find my Twitch and stuff like that. But yeah, those were the days that 2K was popping, and that was right when Twitch was starting up and started to get popular. And part of me wishes that I would have stuck with it, but I feel like life, you get thrown into it, and you're at where you're at because of the plan that God has for you. So I wish I would have kept with it, but at the same time, I wouldn't be here if I would have. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And now going 500, dude. I gotta talk about real quick. I gotta get into these videos you be making, bro. The Black Air Force energy of Broly. First of all, I gotta tell you, man. Like, You reminded me of that joke because I never like, you know, I grew up East Coast. I don't know if you could say the same. I don't want to say exactly where, but like we don't really like we don't use that term. So when I heard it and I remembered it, I was cracking up watching that video. The Broly one where you talk about it. And I was like, yo, I was really thinking because I was streaming Spider-Man yesterday. And Peter's on his symbiote suit, so it's like making him kind of like an asshole, you know?
He's got the energy.
I was like, yo, he really giving the Black Air Force energy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a whole thumbnail. I was like, "Yo, shout out to Dane for bringing that up." And
I love it, bro. I love that
so
people actually watch that, John, because you know it takes time, and it took a lot to you know do that voiceover and try to be funny and put the clips together. But it's worth it. I love going back sometimes and just seeing like there's some corny ass jokes in there. Don't get me wrong, but
I love it, man. Yo,
really,
but that's what I'm saying. My humor is so juvenile, bro. Like. I laugh at really goofy stuff. Like, you know, there's some people that laugh at like intellectual humor. Like my humor is like if I see like somebody fart, like I don't know, man. It's just I'm so stupid, bro. Like
I mean, like you like The Office, stuff like that.
Yeah, like that stuff doesn't bother me. Like because clearly when you watch the video, which I'm probably gonna pull it up here. Like when you watch the video, I could tell you're having fun with it. You're not like dead ass.
Yeah, nah.
I don't know if you talk to some anime fans online, bro. Like, I bet you some of them will literally be mad at that video, bro.
Oh,
like,
yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of them, if you don't have their opinion, you're wrong. It don't matter. Like, and that's the worst part of it. Like, for me, those videos were a good way for people to get into anime because a lot of my friends talk a lot of shit on anime, and you know, I like it. I do. It's a nice vibe, and you know. A lot of people like to talk shit on it. It's just a fun way to introduce people to some of these crazy ass characters. Like Broly just soloing the whole entire Dragon Ball universe. Like it's crazy. So
yo, it's so good. Like I love the way you like portrayed it and you had fun with it. And it's like I'm sorry to hear you say that about like your friends because that's how kind of like how me and my homies grew up. Was like, you know, just us like talking shit about like some anime hero and how this person would beat that person's ass and like nah. And I remember like, you know, before the death battle came out, like Superman versus Goku was a big debate.
That shit was crazy.
To this day, like me just saying that right now, people are already triggered. Like,
oh yeah, I'm triggered from that freaking video. That joint gave me PTSD. I'm not even gonna lie. I was so mad when I saw Superman holding Goku on the way down. I was mad as shit. I was.
Yeah, it was so bad. It's so bad. So just like I said, getting back to it though, just seeing the way you make those videos and like having fun with it, like I love it. And it's like I gotta ask, man, like is that something that you wanted to continue? Like where are you at now, man? Like with your content creation journey? Because I'm seeing it. I got it pulled up here on my right, and I'm like, dude, like.
Yeah, last one was like 6 months ago, and I appreciate that a lot for real. That really does mean a lot. I'm trying. Like it takes a lot to edit them. So right now, I'm working on a Vegeta one.
Okay.
I had a one for Tanjiro. I have one for who else? There's a couple people that I am working on. Just the fact that I have to do the voiceover, chop it up, find all the clips, you know, try to make it as professional but as also funny and that I can. It just takes a lot of time, and right now I just don't have the time. Like I've been working 6 days a week. This has been my one day off. You know, I work I think 11 out of the last 12 days.
Wow.
So it's like it's been a lot. But that is something I really do want to continue. I have a lot of passion for it. It's fun. You know, my biggest thing is with a lot of people who create content at the end of when you're finished editing and when you're watching the video, you have something to be proud of. You know, I feel like it's an artwork in my
Yeah. I love that. And then the fact that you edit it yourself, you can like enact your vision. I love that, man. I think that's dope that you watch so much anime, man. Like that's so exciting.
I grew up on that shit, man. I did. I really did. Me and my oldest brother, the first thing that got me into it was Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Let's go.
That's the game, bro. That's the game.
Literally,
I was probably like 8. I think I was 8, and he was like 13, and he would just bully me. Like I would break controllers, like straight up, he would just bully me. But that gave me that competitive side, especially with games. But I mean, I lost that love for it around 2018, and then Dragon Ball FighterZ came out.
Ooh,
that shit! Oh my god!
Yeah. That took like Marvel versus Capcom, a game that I love so much, and put it into Dragon Ball. I was like, Sold.
The perfect
Sold.
mix.
Yeah.
That was the love child right there.
Yeah, literally. And it's just as crazy as you'd imagine. You know, that is the one thing. Like, it's a great game, but it can be so punishing if you don't know what you're doing, bro. Like,
yeah.
It's
not fun. Like, if you know how to play the game and somebody who's like intermediate starts playing, like, there's a very high skill gap in that game.
Yeah. But is it definitely a love letter to the series? Absolutely. So you grew up Dragon Ball mainly, like that was your
Dragon
first...
Ball.
Yeah.
And then when I got into Naruto, it was my senior year of high school. I got mono. I was sidelined for 6 months. So all I did was watch Naruto and be sick every day. But
oh my!
I really did fall in love with that series. That was a great series. Like, and then they were just finishing it as I was finishing high school, so it was even better to see it happening live. You know?
Yeah. I love that, man. That's awesome to hear. Because, like I said, like, outside of obviously like my friend circle, like, I feel like especially ever since I started streaming, I'm shocked at, and I can't assume this about everyone, but I'm shocked at how many like the younger audience that I have does not like anime, and it's like actually concerning.
I think it's just because they haven't grown up with it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because we had Dragon Ball Z, like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, they don't got nothing coming on. They're just like logging in and just...
They got Demon Slayer, if that.
Yeah, that seems to be the Zoomer anime, huh?
Yep, that is the new anime for everybody. But personally, I think it's been falling off last season. But that's unpopular opinion, maybe. But the first 2 seasons went crazy, and then the 3rd season, I couldn't even finish it. It was
really...
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, I didn't even watch the last episode. I got bored. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie.
It couldn't keep your attention.
Nah, like compare, and I think it's unfair that I compare it to the 2nd season because the 2nd season just went crazy. They had Uzai. He's this big buff dude who he's got white hair. He's got style. They call him the style. I think it's the style breathing or something like that, right? And dude, it just goes in. It's probably top 5 fights in all of anime that I've seen when he goes against the I think it's Upper Moon 6.
Okay.
Top 5, and I'm not even lying to you. He goes crazy. So it's a good show. I couldn't hold it down for season 3.
You've been watching anything else recently that's been getting your attention, or?
I've been watching a lot of Loki. Loki's fire.
Oh, okay.
Like the Marvel, if we're moving away from the anime stuff, but honestly, I have Jujutsu Kaisen on my radar. There's a couple more. I'm drawing a blank with them right now, but I haven't really started anything in a while. I did one of my favorites of all time is 7 Deadly Sins. That's a banger.
Tell me about it.
Slow in the beginning.
That's the Netflix joint, right? Or no?
Say again.
Is that the one that's not the next Netflix exclusive thing, is it?
They have it on Netflix. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if it was exclusive now.
I think it is exclusive. I think Netflix did that. But that joint was a banger. Yeah. There's this I'm doing this one too for a video. His name's Escanor, right?
Okay.
At noon, the sun is his power. So the longer the sun is up, the stronger he gets, and at noon he's basically invincible. And he solos everyone, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. The dude is a menace.
So literally lunchtime, he's lit.
Oh yeah, like he's on fire. He's actually on fire. He starts messing everybody up, no matter who it is. He don't care. He's Broly in that universe.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, man. I'm very selective with my anime now, but I'm not gonna lie. I've been lacking. I've just been doing everything but the last one I saw was Chainsaw Man, like completely. That one got my attention the whole time. Yeah,
that one was on my radar. Again, when it was coming out, I just didn't have the time. It's hard. I feel like with COVID, everybody had the time to just binge. Just sit there and binge animes and binge TV shows. And now we're getting back into you gotta work.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I'm sure that ties into like your content creation and all that. So like, obviously part-time, like, is this something you're doing for fun? Something you see yourself like continuing to do? Because I think you got a real talent here, man.
This has been, honest to God, I'm not trying to get sappy. This has been my dream for a long time. I really
Oh,
has. I just, like I said, there's times where I can really get into it. I'll take like 3 months, really get into streaming, making clips, videos, all that, and then, life catches up, and then I gotta kind of pull back, which I don't like doing. And I feel bad because a lot of people they get on me about it. Everybody knows, like
yeah,
I get told I go ghost a lot, which
yeah.
I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
But yeah, I really this would be like the dream for me. I'm not even gonna
Okay.
lie. How about
Okay,
you
okay.
though? Talk about me. What about you? Is this what you want to do?
That's a good question. Wow. Yeah, obviously that's the case, but I'm not counting on it. You see what I'm saying?
Yep, yep.
Because, we live in the real world, man. We got real bills to pay. Like I got
Yep.
rent, I got family, I got people to feed. Like I can't just dream, unfortunately. But if it happened, it happened. I mean, I take the blessings little by little. Like I was surprised, bro, and I guess it's like I don't know. I don't know where it comes from, but I was like really happy that I just had like 10 people watching me play Spider-Man. I was like, this is crazy. Like y'all really watching me play this goofy game. Like
Yep.
I don't expect that. You know what I mean? Especially like coming from just playing nothing but Fall Guys. Like, it's
It's
really
the little things like,
right,
you got somebody with you though.
right,
You could be sitting there playing it by yourself, and that's what you would be doing anyway, right?
right.
But then when you got these, to me, I consider them, my friends, my homies,
Yeah.
like 'cause they know a lot about my life. Some of these people know more about my life than my own family does.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and they're there for you. Like, I don't know how long you be streaming, 4, 5, 6 hours a
Bro,
day, but
sometimes the whole time, yeah.
yeah, they're there.
No.
And that's why I do appreciate people
Same.
who do stick around. And I'm sure a lot of streamers, yeah, just like you're saying, they appreciate that for real.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at it like now it's to the point where it's like it's almost like a second family kind of. Like not I guess I don't know what's the right word. I guess just like a community. I guess it would be like if you did you grow up playing Yu-Gi-Oh?
A little bit,
A
little
little
bit.
bit.
I
Like
was a
like you
Pokemon
got a
kid.
little.
I was a Pokemon kid though.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So you got like your group of like kids you play Pokemon with. You kind of hang.
Yep.
That's kind of how I'm looking at it. And like I wouldn't just like abandon them.
Hmm.
I'm considering taking a break for a little while, but I would never just like flat out like quit because I feel like it's just different. Yeah, I just didn't. I don't know how the bigger guys do it.
Yeah.
Sometimes like because I just feel like such a responsibility, not responsibility. What's the word? Like an obligation almost.
Obligation.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Like,
because they start to rely on you. You bring them that happiness. That's at least that's
mm-hmm.
what I've been noticing. Like people really
Yeah,
will say like, dude, you changed my day with
yeah.
some of the stuff because I do some stupid shit. I ain't gonna lie, but it's funny. So
Like
like
right.
so a lot of people like that. They get to see like a real side of you too because you're live. You can't fake that. You can't go on like
Mm-mm.
a recording or
Mm-mm.
anything like that and edit anything out. Whatever happens. So like
Right.
that they see the real you, and
Yeah.
that's what I like about live streaming for real because everybody gets to see the real side. There's
Yeah.
no edit, cut out, nothing. So
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like I feel like yeah, that's so crazy to me. Like some streamers do that, right? Like they're a different person. It's like how do you do that for so long?
fake it. You gotta. It's like putting on a freaking face for an 8 hour shift at
Yeah.
work. Like, and I'm
There's
home. I'm
no
trying to play video games. I'm trying to have a good time. Like,
yeah. And
that's
then
it.
I could tell it's contagious. Like you seem like you're not trying to put up a front. But yeah, like what is that? Would you say would be like your main vision is to like stream and make like more anime style content? Do you see
Um,
yourself?
I
You
like the
know,
anime stuff. I like the long. That's my long form content. I do enjoy that. But for me, I really do love streaming. I love seeing my people. I love being able to interact in real time. You know
right,
what I mean? And a lot of these people that I do see, like again, I consider them some of my friends. Like they're there. They're always
right,
there. So
right.
like that's a big thing for me. But yeah, the long form content, I would like to do some anime stuff, some gaming stuff. I try to keep it. The channel isn't about anime. It's not about gaming. It's my life. I would love
Yeah,
to add vlogs in there. What's going on in real life, stuff like that. It's just been hard to do that on top of working, on top of taking care of the house, taking care of my people. I also I breed snakes. I have a snake business on the side, stuff like that. So, I have a lot of animals.
That would make sense about Chunk because we had her on and
yeah. So
and she's that makes a lot of sense actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been doing that since I was about 10.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had them for a long time. It was really sad. I had a virus go through all the snakes last year. I probably lost about 15 to 20 of them.
Oh my goodness.
At one point I was sitting around 45-ish animals, and that was a heavy hit.
What the heck virus was that?
I think it's called a neurovirus. So what had came through was some guy I had bought an import, right, from Africa.
Okay.
And it was from this very reputable breeder. I'm not gonna name names because I'm just trying to be over that. But he had sent me. It's called snake mites. They're basically fleas for snakes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they transmit viruses from snake to snake because they suck on the blood and they actually travel overnight. So they'll go. So if you see one, you have them on all your snakes. And so it got to a point where I wasn't able to. I would do everything I could to fix it. I finally, after I want to say 6 months, I was using flea remover. I was using. I would bathe them every day, every 2 days. Cleaned out their cages twice a freaking week, 3 times a week. But nothing. I couldn't get rid of them. I found this strip. It's called a pest strip. It's it literally looks like a block of cheese. Stuck it in the room, and it's an aerosol thing, so it kind of just slowly lets off some vapors, and it killed all of them. Killed all the mites. But that was after I had already lost 20 snakes. And what the mites do is they'll give the snakes a respiratory infection because they're dirty, and so they'll go from snake to snake, and instantly all your snakes have respiratory infections. And for exotic animals, it's not easy to get rid of that stuff.
Right.
So that's kind of how they were dying, which sucks. And I always feel like sometimes are you a bad owner, this and that? But everybody has dealt with it. It's a part of the hobby. I didn't catch it fast enough. So I'm working on it now though. We're working on. I picked up 5 snakes this month. So I'm working on getting it back. There's some crazy animals that I've had. I'm not even gonna lie. So
what would be the craziest you would say?
Craziest one is called a orange dreamsicle. It's a orange and white snake, straight up. So I could probably pull up a picture.
Let's see. I got you right here. Like that?
Yeah. It'll be a ball python.
No way.
Yep.
So it's like a rare color? Yeah, because it looks like the ice cream, I guess.
Yeah, like an orange creamsicle. So it's a double recessive. So if how the recessive gene for blue eyes are in humans, so both parents have to have the gene for that. Okay. So both parents had to have the gene for, it's called a lavender and pied. The pied is what makes it the white spots, and the lavender is what makes it orange. So it's very hard to make the snake because the odds are very low on actually getting the snake when you breed the snakes together. So
it's literally like trying to farm for a shiny Pokemon.
Yep, literally that's the shiny of ball pythons. That's everybody's dream snake. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I mean this one looks beautiful. Wow.
Yep. Some look out of this world. You wouldn't even believe it.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing, man. So, dang, 2,400 a pop, dude.
Yep.
But I mean, hey, if I guess do they do it more for? I guess, yeah, obviously for show. It's a really pretty thing.
It's a show animal pretty much, but obviously, the prettier it looks, the more it's going to cost.
Yeah. Is there any other ones that are like this that people are crazy for?
If you look up, I'm actually working on this snake this year. It's called a Pompeii ball python. So I have a 1 in 64 chance of hitting this snake. So
dude, this joint me sounding like CS:GO crates or something, bro.
Yep. So this snake is worth 7 to 10 grand.
What? And so you just keep doing it until it happens?
Yeah, so you get one clutch of eggs per year. I would probably breed them probably 2, 3 years straight, and that you just praying. It's all about odds. It's kind of like gambling,
Wow.
in all honesty.
Wow.
But yeah,
So
you get
and these are all
straight.
just like the skin patterns, I guess, of a ball python.
Yep, they're literally all mutations. It's all the same kind of snake. It's just the mutation of the genetics.
That's really cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, that's dope. Yo, well, I'm happy to you, man. I hope you get it, dude. And this is what you're
Yeah.
working on now. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I'm working on right now. I did have the dreamsicle. I ended up getting rid of that one. Just
They,
financials and everything like that. So,
yeah.
but yeah, that's this is the goal. This is the dream snake currently.
Okay. So little by little, just keep doing it. Oh man, I can't wait to see it happen. Like, so it's like one of those things. Like, as soon as you see it, you post it, and I'm assuming people are just waiting, eager to get one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, especially for a good price. I mean,
Right.
so there's a thing when you get the eggs, about day 55 of having the eggs, you can actually cut them open. So it's kind of like
Mm,
Christmas morning, and you get to see what you made, like what's actually in there.
that's
So that
crazy.
so people do videos like that, and it'll show exactly what they got, and
Right.
it goes crazy. It does.
That's beautiful, man. Okay. Okay. I see you. That's the side thing. I like
Side
that
little
though.
hobby.
Yeah, that's good. And you gotta love it to do it. I imagine. I mean, you're not gonna be,
Yeah,
around that all day and not feel compassion for it, or I guess passion would be the word. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, obviously they're not like dogs. They
Exactly.
don't love you, but when you sit there, you look at them and you see them growing and stuff like that. It's a good feeling, and for me, I like some of them are like gorgeous. You see the two I just showed you, so like that's always the goal for most people is to get to those kinds of snakes. They start
Yeah.
off with a brown snake and then they get to that. So
Is that something that you was like taught or something you kind of like came up
I
on
was a
your own
weird
with?
kid, man. I was a
Okay.
weird kid. At
Okay.
10 years old, I got two of them. I ended up breeding them together. Those two turned into like 4 to 8 to 12 to 16. And then by the time I was in college, I had about 45 to 50. And I would throw parties at my school and they would call my house the snake house. And literally everybody at that would be there would be walking around with a snake on their neck. And it was oh,
What?
yeah.
What a vibe, bro.
Yeah, I went to a small school, so everybody knew everybody. And
Right.
Saturday would come around and be like, do I want to let my house get messed up? Why not? Right. So throw a little party. Everybody would have a good time. Everybody's all drunk, having fun, trying to
Right.
hold snakes and stuff. So
It was like a welcoming environment. Yeah.
yeah, it was. It really
Okay.
was. I
Okay.
couldn't do
So
that now.
no.
Definitely not.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, it's a different time now, and then your mindset changes at the time. But I imagine if I was like living the college life and somebody had a snake house, I'd be there.
Yeah, right.
I'd be that guy to be like, yo,
Let me
yo.
hold a snake real quick. Right?
Yeah. They even got a snake house. What?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Life was different back then.
right. Things changed. I'm more mellowed out, you would say.
Oh yeah, man. I'm a homebody now. I
Yeah.
like being at the house. I'll have my friends over, but I ain't throwing no freaking ragers at the house no more. I can't do it. No way.
Yeah, it's different when you're older. I get it, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was crazy. Like my wife, man, she matured very quickly. She never had that like drive, want like past her like 22s, which was shocking. Like I was a nut until like recently, you know.
He mellowed you out. That's what it was.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, no, it's nothing wrong with either or. I think in the it can be fulfilling for both. I don't want to bash people that go out to party. Sometimes it can be fulfilling, but
Everybody has their own thing though.
exactly. Yeah.
Recently, I'd rather just sit at the house, have a drink, and watch a movie. I'm not trying to go out to a bar and spend $100 on a couple drinks.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
big
Everything's so
problem.
expensive, man. Oh goodness, dude! Don't even get me started.
Yeah, the economy crazy right now.
Yo, for real, dude. I'm like, yo, like, nah, man. Ain't no way you about to tell me that I'm about to spend almost $40 for me and you to watch a movie when I could just watch it at home. Nah, bro.
Yeah, you remember what milk used to cost? Like I work at a grocery store, so I see it, the prices go up. A gallon of milk is almost $5 right now. Like when I was growing up, we was getting milk for $1.50, maybe $2 at a convenience store, let alone a grocery store. Like that's the craziest part to me. And we don't even get started on gas. I'm not going on no trips no more.
Yeah, for real. Every time I'm like driving to work, I'm just thinking pain. Like
that needle starts going down, right?
Yo, I'm like, you was just full. Like, what are you talking about? Oh,
let's put $40 in there. I got half a tank.
What for real, bro. For real. Oh man, but yo, so let's get back on track. We're gonna be ranting the whole podcast.
Rambling.
Yeah, I love it. No, so yeah, like we talked about now. We talked about the future, how you see yourself doing it. And then, you've been doing it since you were 13. Good grief, that's a long time ago. I mean, like, when do you get? I guess what I noticed is, and this is just true for myself. Like, I sacrifice time to like dedicate to content, so it's like you got to make a sacrifice towards it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some people go full send, and they just know that they're just not gonna be making money. I know that's not a reality we live in, but I guess like, what's it gonna take for you to be like, all right, I'm just gonna fully get into it, or if you even can.
I would do it. I really would. I've actually been thinking about going back to school, and if I go back to school, I have all the time in the world. I won't be working. Like last week, I worked 52 hours.
Good grief, man.
And yeah, I was closing every night. So like, I get home and Shorty's here now too, and so I have to sacrifice time, for that, for her, but obviously there is going to be a time where I'm just going to go full send, and I don't know if it'll be monetized, and I'm not even worried about being monetized. I haven't been that way since I started, but the day that I can comfortably pay my bills and sit here and stream 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day and be fine, that's the day I'll be full send on it, no hold back. I'm going to try and get as much content out as I can. And I have to get my editing process better because it does take me a long time to edit some videos. And there's obviously shortcuts that I can take, but I really have that OCD when it comes to making content. So I'll hold content back, or I'll sit there and be like, all right, I'm going to finish this, in a couple days. And it's freaking a month later and I still haven't finished it, even though it's been done for that whole month. So that's part of the thing too that's been a problem, but I really do want to fully commit one day. That is the goal, and it's not changed. It's never going to change. It's just going to take some time to get there, Yeah.
Dude, I gotta ask you too about like, have you worked with any other creators on stuff like this, or you've kind of been solo dolo on it?
I've been solo dolo, man. I mean, obviously, yeah, honestly, the only other dude that I've ever actually had a conversation with and planned on doing content together, his name is Burstings.
Yeah, I know him.
Burstings he's a great dude. I'll talk to him every day, actually. Literally, we be texting every day. He's a great guy. I think I have like a 45, 60-day streak with him or something like that on Snapchat.
Wow.
So he's a good resource too. He really is helpful. He dives very deep into the analytics of this stuff, and he wants it. You can tell he wants it. So yeah, he's been a real help. I haven't really gotten around to being able to make any content with him, but honestly, yeah, you're the only one I've ever made content with. Wow. And that's today. So
well, I'm happy to oblige. So
yeah, bro.
Let's talk about that story. How'd you meet him? And like, how did that? Because it seems like a friendship if you're talking 45 days in a row.
So it's crazy. Chonk was like, "Hey, I have this person that's live, and let's go raid." And obviously, you want to go raid somebody at the end of your stream, go show love. That's how I am. I that's what I try to do.
Of course.
So we raided him, and the one night, that's how I got introduced to him. And he joined my Discord. And then the one night we ended up, we did a watching for the Demon Slayer for, I think, the first episode, right? I had my Discord. We all went in there Then there was about eight or nine people in there that night that we were just like, it was a private watch party. He hopped in and just chilled, hung out, talked to us for, I think, an hour and a half. I ended up, I messaged him. I was like, yo, let's get this Black Ops 3 Easter egg done. Because I was doing that little series where I saw the Black Ops 3 Easter eggs.
We got to talk about that, but I'm going to let you finish.
Yep. And so the Shadows of Evil Easter egg has to be done with 4 players. And none of my boys have a PC to actually do it. So we were building a team to do that. Turns out we never actually got to it. But that was the whole thing that kind of sparked that. And we still have plans to do it, but it's been like
you got one right here. If you need another
player. There's 2. We got one more to get then. Boom.
Dude, I'm borderline disgustingly obsessed with zombies. So
yeah,
it's gross. Like it's actually gross. It grosses me out because it makes me buy COD when I don't want to.
Yep. I can't wait for the new one. I mean, I know MW3 is gonna be okay, but Treyarch, come back. Bring me ground-based zombies. You know, even Cold War zombies was good enough.
Bro, what's been
going on with the last couple?
I don't get it. Like, it's such a contentious argument for the zombies community. Like Cold War zombies. I thought it was just fine. Like it wasn't. It's not the traditional. I think it's just like some people got boomer brain and they can't like divorce the idea. But I didn't think it was bad.
I thought it was fun. It was more arcadey. It was more like you're having a good time.
Yeah.
Especially the first map. The first map went crazy.
Yo, it was so hard. I still occasionally will just hop in and just play it just to play it.
Yep.
Or I'll do Onslaught. I love the idea that like you can just like have fun on a multiplayer map.
Exactly.
I just, like
that was what everybody wanted in Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. Put us on some multiplayer maps. That's why Nuketown was such a big thing. They wanted to do Nuketown Zombies. And then we got it and they did it wrong. Like we got perks coming out of the sky. I got to wait till around 25 to get jugged, man. Like what? Yeah. It was a hard map. It was cool, but they could have did it a little bit better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, So wait. When I did see you at the time, let's get to it now. You were playing on PC.
Yep.
So you're familiar with with the modding.
Yeah.
That rabbit hole of content.
The content that comes with the modding community, they make some better maps than the actual studio does.
Yes. I don't understand it. And they're putting like guns from the new games with the reload animations, but I'm playing zombies. I'm like,
it shows you how easy I don't know how easy it is to actually mod stuff like that, but it shows you that it can be done and that they want it to be the way that the studio wants it to be. They're not always thinking about how the fans want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if you remember Revelations,
of course.
See, I like what the idea, but the way that it was made, I don't really know. I just have a bad taste in my mouth from that map. I sat there and did that Easter egg for a week straight.
Wow.
And lost every night for a week straight. So that one might just be a little bit of PTSD going on, but
yeah.
That was a hell of a week. I ain't gonna lie. Every night I would get on, I'd be like, "This is the night, right?" And
this is the night you're gonna do it.
It's a week later. I got people in the chat like, "Are you still playing this map?" I'm like, "You think I want to play this map anymore?"
I know. When I saw you did that, you were like committing to doing like every single Easter egg. I was like,
"Yeah,
bruh."
I think that was a month. That was a whole month.
That is some serious commitment. So it never got done. Revelations never got done.
Oh, I did it. No, I beat it.
Okay, good.
I would have still been playing it to this day if I didn't beat it. I'm not even gonna lie.
Got that determination.
Oh well, dude. You go through everything. It's the last map. I can't give up on the last map.
Fair.
So yeah, I'm actually doing a video to summarize how that all went.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Because, I mean, I got I want to say like 15 to 20 streams of just content to go through and find and try to make it watchable and enjoyable. So that's been on the radar too. I did the voiceover for all the maps except Gorod, Crovy, and Revelations. Those are the last 2 I'm working on. So it's in the plans. It is.
You should, man, because I think the community would loves those retrospective like videos for some reason. So
Yep.
it's not a
Storytelling
bad
kind
thing.
of stuff a little bit, right?
Right. Yeah, man. When I discovered Black Ops 3 Zombies like modded, I was like, what's the point now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless it's a Treyarch Zombies, I'm just not like this new one. I'm not. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm like, eh.
Which one?
The Modern Warfare 3 one,
Nah, I'm good.
right?
I ain't touching it. I ain't gonna lie. It's not Treyarch. I'm good.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't see the point. Like I said, unless it's Treyarch or like another round based, I'm kind of like, I'd rather just play the
I'll go back
goofy.
play Black Ops 3, you know.
Yeah,
But I'm excited for Modern Warfare 3 a little bit, but I think it's just because they added the faster sliding and the
yeah,
gameplay does look more fluid and more the movement is real. Like there could be a skill gap area for people to actually get to.
yeah,
And they brought back all the old guns, the old maps. That's what everybody wanted. MW2 is supposed to be what MW3 is,
yeah,
at least from what I got from the beta, in my
yeah,
opinion.
yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm gonna give it a try. Somehow they always get me to buy the new
Dude,
one, even though I'm like, I'm not touching the new one. Right?
I'm praying for you, bro.
Yeah,
I
right.
can't. I'm so exhausted. I am like mentally drained from Call of Duty. And that's what I mean. That's what annoys me. It's like, they have zombies, then I'm like, all right, I gotta try this.
Yeah.
But because I can't trust people's opinion, like everyone was shitting on Cold War Zombies, and then I played it. I was like, I actually like this. What are y'all,
right?
what are y'all on about? Like, it's stupid fun. I love that I can get on a freaking attack helicopter and mow down zombies. I just think that's hilarious. Like,
there's kill streaks in zombies.
like that's great. Yeah, like that is so goofy, but it's fun. Like, I don't know. I don't think they should all be like that, but I like that they did their own thing. They like experimented. It's always there, right?
It's nice to have that go to if you ever want to do it. You know what I mean?
Right. And then the way they did the perk progressions was crazy to me. I was like, okay, I kind of like where this is going. It's like it gives you a reason to play, and then you can level up the battle pass. I was like, that's smart. Y'all got me there.
Get some money, but they found a good way to get you to buy it with the right incentives. You know,
so
what
I was
saying?
like, I'm not gonna play it if it's multiplayer. Why would I put myself through that? I can't stand multiplayer.
Yeah.
But you know, I guess it depends on the game mode. I tried Warzone, and I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you feel about Warzone back in the day? Rebirth Island.
I just have skill issues. That's really all that's all it boils down to. Like I can sit here and like go on this tirade, but I just got skill issues, bro. Like it's just
I hear it.
But then I play like I don't know. It's just something about it. I'll play what's that one BR?
Apex.
I went back to I played Apex, loved Apex, played the crap out of Apex.
Yeah.
Did fairly well. Now I wouldn't even touch it with a 10-foot pole.
I can't touch it. That was my go-to game, and
it's just too much, right? Like,
yeah, it's not what it used to be.
No.
It's season 12, maybe to like season 15 was probably around one of my favorite. Like I was happy playing it. We're at like what season 18 now?
Yeah,
something like that, dude. I got sick of it. Everybody's just a sweat. Everybody's cheating. You know, they don't ban people for using the Chronos. They don't ban people for using mods. I mean, it's not hard to cheat on that. Like.
Everyone's doing
incentive
it. Everyone's doing it because you can buy the Cronus for like what, $20-$40 easily.
$20, $25, I think, and you automatically have no recoil.
And
which is sad, man. Like, and it makes me upset because why do you need to cheat? You know, it's a game. You're supposed to have fun, get good at the game. If you're not good at the game, then find a new game. There's plenty of them out there.
Yeah, that's why I'm at the point now to where like I'm kind of like multiplayer games are kind of starting to turn me off.
Yeah, I've been on my single player stuff a lot.
Same.
Yup. I don't know if you played. I was really, really deep into Sifu. Sifu was one of my favorite games. It still is. If I ever want to just get on and go beat the crap out of somebody, that's the game I pull up.
Talk to me about it. Good mechanics and everything.
Oh yeah, man. It's like Wing Chun, like it's actual like real fighting styles.
Okay.
He's this master. And the older or the more you die, the older he gets. So every time you die, you add a year to your age. And so you want to get through the whole game without dying, but it's not easy. Like, and there's a parry mechanic. There's obviously blocking. They can break your block. It reminds me, if you ever played Sekiro.
I have a little bit, yeah.
That it's the same kind of parry mechanic as Sekiro and kind of the guard breakdown and everything like that, but it's just straight up fighting. You got like 10 guys, trying to beat you up, and you have to parry one guy, throw the other guy. It's really good. If you haven't checked it out, that's a game I really recommend.
Say less. Yeah, you might have sold me on it just from that concept. So obviously you get to a point where you're just way too old and you can't continue anymore.
The max is 80. So every time you do die, it'll go up by 1, but you also, the death counter goes up by 1. So let's say you die one time, you go to 21. You die a second time in the level, you go to 23.
Oh.
And so on and so forth. And so once you get to 80, you run out of lives and you officially die. But the older you get, the more damage you do, but the less health you have.
Interesting.
That's the concept behind it.
Okay.
Yep. And it's
you literally get that
really
old man
good.
strength.
Yep. It's like, because you're a grandmaster pretty much. The older you get, you can take less damage, but you can also deal a lot more damage. You hit people twice, they're done.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites. All the Batman series. Yeah. I went back and played those. That was all.
Can't go wrong. Yeah, those are that's like the creme de la creme of
superhero games. They did it right.
Yeah,
right?
They did it right. Yeah. That's where all the other superhero games get their inspiration from.
Yeah. I remember when Asylum came out. Yep.
Yeah, because I've been playing Spider-Man 2, and you can see the obvious.
It's literally just a Batman reskin with Spider-Man mechanics. Like Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man 2 with the web swinging and all that, they pulled that from that, but everything's really bad. It's from Batman, in all honesty.
Yeah.
They just made it a little bit better and more complex, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, well, I wonder why not continue that type of game. I wonder, what's their thought process behind that? I don't know if you would know. Series? Yeah, because they did that trilogy and then they just stopped.
So they did Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights kind of fell off, right?
Yeah.
But for me, when at the end of Arkham Knight, I don't know if you beat that game completely. I don't know if you want spoilers, but
you can tell me. Spoiler alert for those of you who care.
Yeah. Basically, Batman, they find out, everybody in the world finds out he's Bruce Wayne, right?
Oh,
so after you fully 100% complete the game, you can go into the Wayne mansion. Like at the end of the game, he goes in and the mansion blows up to basically signify he's dead. But I don't really think he's dead, especially with what they're doing with the new the Kill the Justice League game. He's in that game, and it's the Arkham version of him. So he has to come back or something, but that's how they ended the trilogy pretty much.
Okay. So it's like an ambiguous cliffhanger type deal.
Yeah, it is really good though. It was a really good game.
Okay.
I would go back and play that game. That game, I probably got 50, 60 hours in that game at least. Seriously, there's a lot of content that goes with that game.
I might have to do a little retrospect. I've been doing that every year. I make it a goal to play a classic game. Yeah. And so this year I did a Fear.
Yeah.
From 2005. Yeah.
That's a banger.
I was playing that game. I was like, how's this game's AI better than modern day?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They had to actually try to do stuff like that.
Yeah. And it wasn't super jump scary. It was more creepy.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that. I like that they didn't go with that. I love everything about that game was fun. And I'm just like you, I want to talk about it, make a video. I just don't have the time, but I got to dedicate a strong day. Because another thing I'm learning to appreciate, it's totally side note and off tangent by here, but script writing is something I'm really starting to appreciate, because writing a script is not a joke, man.
No, it is not. People who really get a script. Chat GBT is a great thing, though. I'm not
right.
I'm not gonna lie. Did you hear that some of the there's a program that professors and teachers have now to text chat GBT essays and stuff?
Yeah. Now some haven't caught up yet, so a lot of the young ones in my chat be getting away with murder, because they be like, yo, because what they do is they'll put it in chat GBT and then they'll put it through a filter that
changes it so it's not AI made.
So a lot of them are getting away with murder, man.
the craziest one that I know of that got away with some crazy stuff. He told me he used ChatGPT for a scholarship essay. $50,000 scholarship essay, and he won.
Bro.
Using ChatGPT, bro.
No, bro.
And I'm like, yo, you're telling people that?
You're like, well, yeah, why would you say that? Like,
they will take that away from
for
you.
real, you gonna get people get killed for less, dog.
Yeah.
like if you disappear, homie.
Yeah, I have nothing to say about it, for real.
That's wild.
But yeah, dog, I didn't have that in school. I had to work. I had to earn that shit.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Like now I don't even gotta like think about jokes or titles or nothing. But
it's crazy the way that
crazy.
It's changed and how everything is just getting easier for people. And that's part of I feel like a lot of these kids don't understand with like how hard it was to get through that stuff. Like my girl, she's a kindergarten teacher. She's telling me they're coming into school with no motor skills. They can't even hold a pencil in kindergarten. And that's because all they do is want to be on their iPad. So stuff like that, it's scary that these kids nowadays, they don't understand, they don't get it. And they're bad. Some of these kids are freaking bad, dude. Like,
right.
I thought I was an ornery kid, but Jesus, some of these kids are bad.
Kindergarten teacher, God bless her soul, man.
Yeah, she be telling me she be going through it.
I can only imagine, man. Yo, I gotta pray for her, dude, because
I appreciate
kids are crazy, bro.
She's doing the dirty work.
Good job. Yeah.
Yeah, for real, it's hard.
So it's like wow, don't even have motor skills. Yeesh.
Like they can't even hold a pencil. Like it's bad. Some of these, they don't want to color, they don't want to paint, they just want to be on the computer. And like,
dang.
Yeah, I understand it, but that's what the generation is.
Yeah, now the question is who you blame, because
is it the parents? Is it, TikTok? Is it, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They're just saturated with all this social media all the time, and that's what I've been noticing. A lot of these kids, they're smart, but they also see a lot of stuff we wouldn't have seen when we were their age. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There was the other day I saw a kid at like a daycare center. He was scrolling through YouTube Shorts. It was a little disturbing. I was like, because he would watch it, scroll. I was like, dang, why does it hit different when you see it? I don't know.
Yeah, it's because you don't think like that's what kids really see the same stuff I see every day. Like Twitter. Right? Twitter's crazy right now.
Oh no, yeah, that's the Wild West right there right
now.
Yeah. You gotta be careful, man. And it kind of upsets me now because like the thing is that sometimes I like to talk about Twitter stuff on my stream and I can't pull it over because
you might see some real out of pocket stuff.
Yo, for real, someone's whole freaking asshole is right there, and I'm just like, bro, like I'm not. Like, I'm a married Christian. Like, I'm going to get in trouble. Like, what are you doing?
I need more Jesus because of freaking Twitter, yo.
Yo, literally. Like, y'all doing way too much for me. I did not ask for all this. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not even, and it's always like something stupid. Like, some news outlets like, oh, yeah, this influencer is doing OnlyFans. I'm like, I don't care. Like,
yeah, I don't care. Okay?
I really don't.
Do what you do. I'm not interested. I'm not paying for that. Like,
no. That's all that is. So hopefully there's something they can do there to like mitigate that, because that's all it feels like. It's just a bunch of like
it feels like an uncensored version of like maybe Instagram or something like that.
It's a little too much.
Yeah, it's very raw.
Yeah. Great for I feel like I do find some good information on there, and I can have some good interactions, but my kid on there, no, you have to be like very mature to be on Twitter.
Personally, the only reason I pull up Twitter is for bets. If I'm gambling on sports, that's the only, because you can get some bangers, man. Like you can really get some bangers on betting apps from there. And I don't condone betting, team. I don't. It's just, it's a fun time. I enjoy basketball. I like watching basketball. I like betting on the points, the spreads. Not really the spreads, but like the points, the rebounds, everything like that. And if you hit on a big one, that's a great day, man.
It's a great day. Yeah. Great day. I'm with you. I used to do that a lot for UFC. And
UFC isn't what it used to be though for me.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot for UFC, but some of these fights it's sad.
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more out of the last couple months from more than a couple of these fights, and it's just been boring. It has been.
Yeah.
Everybody just wrestles.
Yeah.
I get it. We're wrestling. It's effective, but you're not going to sell a fight that way.
You got to make it
somebody
eventful.
get knocked out. Like, and that's crazy for me to say, but
yeah. We all got that crazy primal little feeling. We want to see someone get something the crazy knockout. Yeah. It's not. Yeah. I don't know. I guess they get enough flack as it is, and I guess you could say that the wrestling is safer, but like you said, like no one really wants to see it.
It's mixed martial arts. You know what I'm saying? It's not
right.
just jujitsu and wrestling, in my opinion. There's other techniques that people have perfected, and that's what people want to see. Like, seeing somebody get hit with a spinning back kick is crazy. Like, you can time that, you have the right form, stuff like that. I don't know if you ever seen Joe Rogan hit a spinning back kick.
Oh yeah, they were saying it sounds like gunshots. Yeah.
He kicked the thing off the chain, bro. He kicked a heavy bag off the chain, is what they were saying.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Because all he does is train. I mean, good on him. That's what happens. Yeah. No, I can't imagine.
Yeah. I was watching Fear Factor a couple weeks ago, and he's a completely different person. And some of the stuff these people were doing for 50 grand.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. Like now it's like you want 50 grand, you just get a Manscaped ad. Like you just gotta talk about shaving your balls now. But the stuff people used to do, man, yeah.
Like these people, there was this one lady, she was bobbing for apples in a pit full of snakes. And I have snakes, but I ain't doing that. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like,
oh no. Yeah, yo, what's good with that? Like, I don't understand. So some are aggressive, some are not. Can you explain that to me? Because I'm so ignorant when it comes to snakes. But I'm trying to think, like, how is it that people get them so aggressive sometimes, but then sometimes they're so chill? Is that their nature? Do you train them? Like, how does that even work? I don't understand.
It all comes with them getting used to being held. But the snakes that I deal with, they are docile by nature. That's just the way they are.
Okay.
They're called ball pythons because they ball up. They get scared of everything and they just ball up. Now you get a retic, like a reticulated python. Those are the ones that get about 15 to 18 feet. Most of them are pretty aggressive off rip. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of handling to work with them, but you don't want an 18-foot snake to be aggressive. So that's why a lot of people do work with them. And I don't know if you saw my dog.
Yeah, he
just went into the bed, yo.
Yeah, he just went into the cave.
Yeah, the cave. That's his little house. He owns that. That's him.
Okay, I saw that. Yeah.
But there's venomous, there's non-venomous. I only deal with the non-venomous because, in my opinion, you put everybody that comes into your house at risk if you have a venomous. That's just the way it is. You can have it locked up. You can do all the right things, but that doesn't mean the person that comes to your house is going to do the right things. You know what I mean? I think they're awesome. I would love to have one day, but especially if I have kids, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have a big snake or a venomous snake because you never know. You really don't. It takes one time. But there's some snakes that just are aggressive. They just are. Like there's one that I really want. It's like a show animal. You don't really get it out. It's called a green tree python. Okay. They're mean as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like they will. You walk by the cage, they're like trying to bite you, pretty much. Yeah. But when you see them, they just sit on a branch. They curl up on a branch. And it's a really beautiful animal. Some of them are like bright blue. Some of them are dark green. It's really nice. But when they're babies, they start out as a bright yellow or a dark red. It's really weird, but the older they go into, they turn green because when they're babies, they're in flowers. They're at the bottom of the forest, right? So they have to match the yellow flowers, the red flowers. But as they get older, they start to go up to the top of the forest and they're by the leaves. And that's why they start to turn green. So it's crazy how nature works, to be honest with you. Yeah. I never would have thought that. I remember when I was learning, I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, because I guess in conflicting opinions about the whole, like, the nature of a snake and like why they do what they do, you know, whether or not they're aggressive. So I guess it's just by nature. It's not really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is really it depends on the species. Now, I feel like lizards, on the other hand, they're smart.
Mm.
Snakes that they can be smart, but they're just killing and eating machines. That's what they do. Like
Right.
straight up.
Right.
They're all muscle. But like a lizard, you can train a lizard to I saw this one guy's name is Brian Barczyk, right? He has cancer right now, praying for him.
Yeah.
He one of the reasons I really got into this. He's been doing this for 20 years, 20, 30 years
Wow.
probably. And he had a YouTube channel called Snake Bites TV. This is old. This is like 2008, 2007 vibes, right? But he actually trained his lizard to for ball commands. So he has a blue ball, and if the lizard sees the ball, it touches the ball, and that means he's getting food. If he doesn't see the ball, that means there's no food there, so he's not aggressive or food aggressive.
Mm.
So they are trainable. They're smart. They can be. You can call them by name. Like it's crazy how smart some of these lizards are.
Okay. Okay. I see you. I see you.
Yeah, look him up. He's a cool guy. I mean, I do feel bad for him. He's got I think it's leukemia right now.
Oh, that's a shame, man. What's
Yeah,
this dude's name?
his name is Brian Barczyk.
Oh, I think I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
he owned one of the biggest breeders snake breeding companies in all of United States about 10 years ago. Yeah, that's the guy.
Let's see, let me do a little
Yeah.
adjustment here. Wow.
So
So he been doing YouTube since '07. This dude's super. He came
probably
from the golden age of
before,
YouTube.
man. He had
Wow.
this it was like a TV show on YouTube. It was called Snake Bites. And that was where I got all my info. That was where I got all the love for the animals. It was crazy.
This is his oldest video. This is the very first one.
That's his oldest one. Dang.
That's his oldest one. And then look at this. This is all it is. It's just,
This snake biting him because he don't care. He's used to it.
bruh.
Dude is crazy, bro.
He's just taking it.
Yeah.
Look, no flinch, no nothing.
Laughing. That's how you know he's been working with snakes for a long ass time.
Yeah, I respect it. Hey, good
But
on him, man.
yeah, he must have deleted a lot of them because all his old videos were like 2007 era.
Right,
So
right. Yeah, I mean, everybody. It was a different era. I'm sure he has his reasons.
oh yeah, I mean he probably wanted to get away from a lot of the stuff that was happening.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was a big reason why I got into animals in general. Like this dude was having thousands of animals. And like I could not deal with that. Honest to
Right,
God.
right.
I have enough trouble with the 40 I had.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, those are the ball pythons. Those are what they look like as babies.
Wow.
And back then, those animals were going for about 20,000 a piece.
Excuse me?
Yep. I think that was called the banana gene. That was when it first came out, and it was huge, man, because it just changed the whole entire snake. So back then, it was going for a lot of money.
$20,000. And this dude just got rows of them, probably.
That whole rack, you see all them bins? Every
Yeah.
single one of those bins is filled with snakes. So yeah, back then they were going for money.
Good for him, man.
So now he owns a reptile zoo. Like
Right.
there's a whole different species of snake that he's working with right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he owns a reptile zoo. He owns an aquarium. It really is cool to see like how things changed
Right.
and how they progressed. But yeah, same thing with those racks. They were all full of snakes.
He got he got cancer recently. That's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right there. You can see a lot of the stuff's going on.
Yeah. And we don't got no updates as of yet, right?
So he's progressively getting worse. Is what what I was hearing, but it was stage 4. I'm pretty sure he was
Right.
doing chemo. I think it's in his liver. It's
Wow.
somewhere where they can't really operate to get the tumor out. Very positive guy, very cool dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, most of these types are. It feels like people that are like into like taking care of animals and stuff. They always there's it's just fascinating conversation. Like people like you fascinate me, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just the stuff you learn, because
Yeah,
I would
like
have never even dabbled on it if I never talked to people like you. So it's really cool, man.
thanks, bro. I mean, I definitely nerd out on some of this shit. I ain't gonna lie. So.
That's fine. I get it. Hey, man. I guess it would be like me for like I don't know, like tabletop games or something, or like Yu-Gi-Oh, or like card
Okay, yeah,
games.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, I get it. That's good, man. But obviously, it's different. You're taking care of a creature, and there's a certain amount of responsibility there that comes with that I can't imagine. And I imagine breeding is a whole thing. I know there's like, there's a stigma that I'm sure some people have to fight, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine like breeding like the rare ones probably helps, right? I mean, I don't know, because my experience with like breeders you're not too sure with is always bad, man. Like, have you heard these things? Like, talk to me about it if you want.
So yeah, there's obviously the good people, and there's obviously bad people. That's just the way of the world. I mean,
Unfortunately, yeah, yeah.
usually when they're dealing with the very, very high end stuff, they got to be pretty decent with how they conduct business and what they're doing, And a lot of the places where you actually can buy these animals, that's very filtered
Mm,
of only like good breeders, because there's like a rating system. It's this website called Morph Market. This is where a lot of people sell a lot of their animals.
okay.
Um, and there's a rating system, there's a ranking system. It shows you how many transactions they've had. There's it's like the Amazon of buying snakes,
Amazon. Oh,
lizards, exotic animals. So that's really a good way that you can filter out the bad breeders and the untrustful and stuff like that.
because
Um,
it's like it's not one of those things that's really like regulated. I feel like no.
no, not really. I mean, the website really does. They buckle down on a lot of unfaithful stuff they do. And
Mm,
there was this one time I had offered this guy. This guy had asked me to do a trade, right? And we're shipping snakes. So I had to ship my snake. He would ship his, right? So he offered to do a trade. We do the trade, blah blah blah. I send out my snake. It's on the FedEx truck at this point. He
mm.
goes back and gets his snake off the FedEx truck. So mine's literally in transit as he just got his back. So I'm like, okay, he's trying to screw me over. So
Yeah.
I had to call FedEx, drive to where the driver was, get my snake back, and then he basically was like, I was just going to ship it again when I got yours. I was like, bro, that's not how this works. Like how am I supposed to know you're gonna ship it? You know what I mean? I can see the
Right.
tracking information. You went and picked it up, and you didn't tell me. So, I've had stuff like that, and that's really turned me off to trading anybody, animals, or anything like that. It's only going to be, money transactions if I were to sell a snake or something like that. But yeah, there's definitely some unfaithful and grimy people, to say the least, that try to
Yeah.
do stuff, because it was like a $900 snake, $1,000 snake. And it's an animal, dude. At the end of the day, it's not about the money, but I'm trying to get back what I put out.
Yeah.
If that makes sense,
Yeah. Of course.
because it's still a business, and I don't think of them as merchandise or anything like that. I don't, because I enjoy what I do, but I still, as a businessman, you got to be a businessman. So,
Yeah. Yeah. There's some principles you follow.
yep, yep.
Yeah, because it's always some horror stories you be hearing, man, and it's a shame because people get like emotionally invested and they get hurt,
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah, I
sad. That's
didn't.
just the way it goes.
Yeah, I'm glad you shared that website. I never heard of it. What was it called again? I never
Called
heard of it.
Morph Market.
Like the stuff, I swear, I don't be knowing nothing sometimes, man. Like, all right, hopefully you can see that, right?
Yo, I can see it.
Okay, perfect. So yeah,
So,
so this is it right here,
yep. So, and literally any animal you can think of, reptile wise, exotic animal, is on here. You can go tortoises, turtles, snakes, lizards.
and they ship it to you, or you gotta like
Yeah, so you go through breeders.
what?
So the breeder will ship it to you. This website is just basically a market for
Okay,
everybody to go on to, so other people can find them. So, um, Like you see, these are all different breeders. If you look right, like there's diamond beardies, Colton's reptiles. Those are all different breeders. And the way it works, they overnight ship it to you through FedEx.
Okay.
And we don't really ship right now because it's getting colder. But normally, springtime, early fall, summer is the perfect time.
So you would be on here too?
Yeah, if you look me up,
if I can.
It's d.r.reptiles.
Let's see. .reptiles?
Yep. Should be there somewhere.
Let's see. Maybe this way?
Stores.
Make sure I know how to spell reptiles, right? Good grief.
Put a space after the last period.
Okay.
See if that works. Wow, they don't want to be showing no love, huh?
I guess not, yo. That's mad disrespectful, bro.
All right, I got one more. Do Damian, Damian, AN, and then ROSA rep, and then just look that up. See if that shows up. Yeah, no love.
That's crazy.
No love.
Damn.
Let me see.
So typically you would go here, let's say like, go click this one. This guy's from Florida. Whatever. Got a lot of ratings. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how you can basically see if they're like a good person to buy from. Because you build a brand. That's really it.
I like it.
Here, I'll log in. I'll get you a link.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so if you ever need to get an exotic animal, this is a good way to do it too.
I had no idea this existed, man.
It's crazy, right? You never would have thought. People this is the internet nowadays.
Seeing all types of good stuff on here. Chihuahua geckos? What in the world, man?
Literally anything and everything you could think of.
Not just lizards, right? Or
nah, literally everything.
Stop playing.
You can. I'm telling you. I think you could freaking buy. You couldn't buy dogs, but any animal that you could possibly want.
There's no way, dude.
All right, here's the link.
That's crazy. Discord?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it on Discord.
All right. What the heck?
Hold on. Taking his sweet old time.
This is called a true spider. It's got the goofy eyes.
You're deep diving on that, bro.
Dude, this is nutty, man. Look at that.
Yo.
Look at those eyes.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's stuff like $50,000 animals on there. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. I'm not letting me share it.
Holy 110,000.
What are you looking at right now? Let me see.
For a wild caught giant tortoise, male and female. 110,000. These motherfuckers are worth a house.
Yep.
Dog. What?
Yep. And it's crazy because I've seen people pay that much for some animals. Like that one dude I just showed you, straight up.
He'll buy it. Well, I guess because he probably makes some
stuff for like that.
Because he could just make a profit. I mean, it makes sense, but
yeah.
Like for somebody like me, what?
Let's see. Let me see if I send you this one. If it'll take you to it. Okay, cool. It's just expired. Here we go.
Oh. Wow, this one's nice. What the? This black pastel pinstripe desert ghost. Wow.
Yep. So the thing that's making it gray is called the VPI xanthic gene. And then the Desert Ghost just cleans it up and makes it like way lighter.
Is that like another name of like a mutation or something?
So yeah, those are all mutations. So each one, they're different genetics in each one. So, you went to Desert Ghost, it just cleans up the whole entire snake. It's just an enhancer gene.
What?
And they all and that gene is worth a lot of money too.
Dude,
So
these things are like listed like Pokemon traits. Like,
yeah,
what?
yeah, straight up.
I can't. Let me see. Let's pull it up here. What you got?
So yeah, that was the last sale that I had on there. Yeah, it's just not gonna let you.
Why is it trolling?
It's because I didn't pay the fee this year. I would think.
Oh,
Yeah, so for you to be seen on here, you have to pay a fee every year.
that's messed up.
Yeah, it's all good. I ain't tripping.
Wow. Yeah, this is mind blowing, dude.
Let's try this. Try this one.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go. If not, it's okay. That was that.
Another thing we could do too is if you want to if you can like send me a screenshot, that might work too. Oh,
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
That's the
Oh,
store.
I like the logo. Okay.
The logo, right?
Okay, respect. Let's see what we got. Can I check like your catalog or
Yeah, hit listings.
boom. I want to oh, nothing yet. They won't let you show it.
Oh no. Yeah, so if you go to ratings, you can see all the old snakes that I sold.
Right here.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then so you can click on each one. So stuff like that. Nothing too
Wow.
crazy, but then I think if you look at the Super Pastel,
Oh, let me know. This
is
one?
that one. That's probably the best one I've sold.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm so happy for you, man. This is awesome, man.
Thanks, bro. I
I didn't
really do
know it was
appreciate
like
that.
that though. Like, what?
It's a whole market, man. It's a whole market.
I lived under a rock too long, bro. This is dope.
Not, but like you gotta think, not many people are looking for.
Yeah, that's true. It is a niche market, but
Yep.
still, like, just to be educated on this. Okay, so he's like, hey, I want this super pastel. So you send it through FedEx? Like, how?
I literally ship it 1 day shipping through FedEx. He picked and it gets shipped right to his door.
In like a special packaging, obviously, right?
Yeah, it's a box that says perishable, fragile, live animal. FedEx knows about it. They loved me when I would bring them stuff. They'd be like, "Oh, you selling another one?" I'd be like, "Yeah." They're always like, "Well, can you just pack it here so we can see what it is?" I'm like, "No," because I'm not really trying to bring a snake to FedEx to go pack it.
Right.
It is
Oh,
a
so
process.
yeah, obviously you'd pack it at your house.
Yep, I pack it up at the house.
And did
I
they
put
pick it up right there, or you just like drop it off?
for an extra $5 they can pick it up, but for me,
Oh,
usually I'll just drop it off at the FedEx hub.
dude, that is so crazy to me.
You never would have thought, right?
No, but I guess yeah. Now that you say it that way, it makes sense if it's same day. Because I'm thinking like Amazon, like oh, it's gonna take like 2 to 3 days or something. Or
Nah,
like
so it isn't cheap to ship them. Usually it's about $50 to $65.
wow,
But it's worth it to get that's how you sell your animals. There's these reptile expos where a bunch of people bring a bunch of animals and people go buy them there. But I don't do that. I don't have enough snakes to do that. So
right.
it's just a side hobby, something I've been doing for a long time.
Well, God bless, man. I'm happy that you've seen some success with that. That's really freaking cool,
My
man.
God. Yeah,
I
for
would have
real.
never in a million years thought of something like that. But hey, man, like if it's working, it's working, you know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I got to get it back to where it was, back then. But that's the goal. I'm working towards it. It's slow but steady. That's for sure. That's what a
Yeah.
lot of things are nowadays, to be honest.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, you got decent ratings, and I'm sure over time, it'll get better. So
Yeah,
it
definitely. I
seems
definitely sold more than 8. Just that's how many people rated it. So
okay.
yeah,
I love how professional it looks too. Like it looks like a legit website. You know what I mean? Like I'm over here like thinking it was going to look like, you know,
like Craigslist.
Yeah.
Craigslist.
Like, I don't know what to expect out of these things, you know?
Yeah, I mean, somebody's telling you, this is a snake market. Like, yeah, I would be like, what are you fucking
Dude, like,
talking
this is the
about?
only type of conversations I can have online, I swear. Like, I can't. Like, I can't imagine myself like going to work and being like, "Hey, you know any snake markets?" Like,
oh, I don't tell nobody at work. Oh God.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, because they
It's
probably
like
think the worst.
it's a personal thing. I didn't tell people I did YouTube. They found that shit straight
Mm,
up. They just found it, and all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, Damien, what's this?" I'm like, "Yo, come on."
yeah,
I instantly anxiety. I mean, it was a private thing,
yeah.
And, like I manage these people, so like they're high school
Mm,
kids. They're high school kids that work at the grocery store. And I'm their manager, and they see me playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies going crazy because I just beat an Easter egg. It's like I gotta uphold a professional image to these guys. There's that. That goes right out the window.
yeah, that's funny, man.
Yeah, but they some of them been supportive. They don't really bring it up much anymore, but I definitely when they found out, I did slow down a lot, and I shouldn't have let it affect me the way it did. But it was just personal. It was something that nobody knew about, and
Right.
I just had no worries.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe that has something to do with me slowing down on the content creation too.
Because I feel like you could have easily blew out, bro. I'm telling you, like, because the videos you used to make are the same type that I used to watch growing up, and now all those people are like huge, man.
They're huge, yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried, I really do, and it got to a point when I was making those videos, except for the Madara video. That one took me like 6 months to make. That was a 20-something minute video. I was working at T-Mobile, and a lot of people know they would see me. I would get home from work. I'd still be in my T-Mobile shirt, and I think I was playing Stumble Guys, right? Yeah. Like, and I just had more time, and then
Right.
it slowly got to a point where I was working 2 jobs, and then I really didn't have time, and then I moved over to this managing job, and I used to work 70 hours a week, and I feel more drained doing my 40 to 50 hours there than I did when I was working 70 something hours a week. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm working days. There's days I'll go because I close every night. I'm there till 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock some nights. So, I don't have that time that I used to.
Yeah.
Especially they do these closing openings. Like, so let's say I close, I'll be there till 10:30. I'll have to be back there at 7 o'clock in the morning. So for me to get home at like 4 o'clock, I'm like, yo, I do not want to be sitting in front of the computer, trying to edit this and that.
No.
That's where I gotta get my Grinch coffee and just go for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Coffee helps a lot, I imagine.
Yeah. I'm ready for Super to come back. I am. Did
I
you
heard
end
it
up watching
is. Is that
Super?
true?
Yeah, it is coming back. There's a
Okay.
whole new. It's called the Moro arc. Dude's like a god, straight up. I mean, they're all gods now. I mean, they got gods of destruction, everything.
Yeah.
But the dude, he's like how do you say it? He's like a freaking goat, like an actual goat. He's got horns and everything. But he's super powerful. That's where Vegeta he gets his like ultra ego. The more he gets hurt, the stronger he gets. It's weird, but it's fire. He's got purple hair. Did you end up watching Super?
I did. I completed the whole thing.
That joint went crazy. Bro.
Yeah, it did. Crazy. Android 17 is the winner, which was interesting.
Corny, but
yeah. And then Frieza and Goku had a moment where they're actually working together, which was interesting too. Yeah, I mean, this whole moral situation. I know the new one's called like something strange. It's not.
It's not. I don't think it's an extension of Super. I think it's in between the ending of the Tournament of Power and the Gohan arc where he got Beast Gohan. That's that new movie that came out, Superhero or something like that. So it's like a filler kind of, and then they're going back to Super. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, gotcha. So it's like an in between type of deal.
Yeah, it looks like it could be okay, but I don't know, man. I'm just ready to get back to Super after that. Same. Power was crazy.
Oh, speaking of Tenkaichi, they're making a fourth one too. That's a big announcement. Yeah,
I'm ready, bro.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I love that. I'm hoping that they're gonna make it like Tenkaichi 3, but bring in all the characters from all the universes. Like, could you imagine if they had like 1,000 characters? Because I know Tenkaichi had like well over like 300 or something
Yeah,
like
it
that.
was a ridiculous roster. I mean, I want to get hype and say that, bro, but I'm gonna be devil's advocate for a second. DLC, bro. They're gonna
Yeah,
make
yeah,
every
they gotta
single
make their
character.
money.
Dude, they're gonna drop like the worst characters, and then like the good ones are gonna be like $5 DLCs or something stupid like that.
Yeah, and that's what sucks about it,
Yeah.
man. Like, I remember back in the day, like I don't know if you remember, like Halo Reach, right?
Yes.
You had a currency. Even Black Ops One had this. They had a currency that you would earn through playing the game to buy
Yep.
the stuff that you wanted. Now you have to pay for the stuff like a battle pass or battle like the
Mm-hmm.
packs, like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do we get away from that? I understand it's a monopoly, but
It's
like
messed up.
it takes away from the experience, in my opinion. It really does.
It does. It does. It's
And
a shame.
I miss that. There was wager matches in Black Ops One, the one in the chamber, sticks and stones, and oh, dog, the amount of times I would rage at that game because I would sit there in the high roller and I would lose like an idiot.
And just get ready to kill someone
Oh,
after.
you'd just be so upset. You would. Like, it'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to, man. I mean, I guess in different ways people are eating. I know everybody's got the OG Fortnite today as we're speaking. Actually, I don't know if you're gonna jump back into that.
Definitely want to hop on that tonight.
Yeah, right. I think, dude. I think it peaked at like over like 3 million or something players.
I saw it was 5 million is when it peaked.
5?
5 million players on the servers. The servers crashed when they first went up. It was crazy, bro.
Bro, yo. That's crazy. Like somebody Kira on Twitter.
Yeah, Kira, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He said it needs to be investigated how Fortnite doesn't fall off. Cause it's true, like
you would think, man, and they just keep coming. It's been what, I think it came out in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Been on 6 years, 7 years almost.
They keep coming out with something that keep it fresh, and you know what? Good for them, man.
Good for them.
I hope these other and Call of Duty has the same potential to do the same thing. So this is where I'm gonna go into a rant. Like, bro, they can't say they can't do the same thing, man. Like, not some bullshit reskin, not some. Oh, we're gonna put the old maps into the new one. Just make a congruent experience, like. The amount of money you can make if they made like a complete like zombies game, all the zombies maps in one. It's own. It was
a
thing.
remaster.
You know what I mean? Like
games,
you can't tell me they can't do the same thing. Like they can't just like we had Zombies Chronicles. Remember that? Like combine that with like a whole package. I heard they're gonna make an individual zombies game, but like so many games have the potential to do something like this. Fortnite isn't even doing that. I don't even think they remaster. I think they literally are just bringing the old map back.
Yeah, that's really it. And the thing that buys people's attention is the nostalgia.
Right.
They can really spend a lot of money and make a lot of money to bring back the nostalgia to these people. Like that's what I'm saying. So right now.
So explain to me then. Why would they remaster Modern Warfare 2 story but not bring back the multiplayer? Explain.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then literally there's literal programs from modders in the community, and Activision started suing them. Do you know that GTA 5, there was modders in the role play community that they were doing, right? They brought them onto the team and started giving them money to make the mods. That's the difference between a good company and a money grab company, in my personal opinion. And it's sad because it shows that Activision doesn't want to give the fans what they want. Like you're right. They want to remaster MW2, the story mode, but that's the best game that everybody has wanted for years, and they won't remaster the multiplayer, and they're constantly taking down the new multiplayer MW2 that I think it was SB. There was a couple programs that were coming out that was emulating Modern Warfare 2, and they literally shut them down. And it makes no sense because they weren't making money off of it.
No.
That's the whole thing that I didn't understand.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where we're at. This is why Warzone's falling off. This is why Call of Duty is not really just the same as it was before. And I'm not that excited to play it. I'm sure a lot of people are, and happy to you. If you enjoy it, hey, go ahead and go for it. But you know, I can't even say, I can't believe I'm saying this. Even I want to play Fortnite now because I remember how good the OG map was, and like they're really eating over there. They're giving them you can make your own little maps. You know, they put no build on there. They put build. They put different game modes. Now they're bringing back OG, and it's like, dude, like what are y'all doing, COD? Now I know Microsoft bought them out. I think if I want to make sure I'm correct. I'm gonna fact check myself here. But.
So I know they did buy them out. They bought out Blizzard, and I'm pretty sure that it's still gonna be on PlayStation, but they have rights to it, so it's gonna be on Game Pass, which is actually insane for Microsoft.
It literally just came out, so I'm reading it right now. It says Microsoft completes Activision Blizzard acquisition. Call of Duty now part of Xbox. So hopefully, if they're smart, Phil Spencer and his team and all his boys. This was October 13th, so it hasn't even been a month. So if they can cook, imagine, you know, they put it on Game Pass or something. I already know they put the originals on Game Pass, I think, or
they fixed up their servers too. That's what I was hearing.
So people can actually go back and play them. So, you know, if Microsoft can cook, man, Sony's gonna be
in deep. I mean, they got some good exclusives. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
God of War, the first one, top 5 game. Last of Us, top 3 games for me.
Wow.
The second God of War, you know, it was just very long. It was a fun game.
Right.
It was just super long, about 30 hours, 40 hours of just gameplay. Like, and that's not including the side missions, you know?
Yeah.
But it took me almost a month to beat that game. I did enjoy that game though.
Yeah, I don't want Spider-Man 2 to end, man. I'm with you there. Sometimes you want to take your time and actually enjoy it.
So yeah, how do you feel about Spider-Man 2? I know after playing Miles Morales, I got a little bored of Spider-Man. I don't know if it was because Miles Morales just wasn't up to par with the first Spider-Man, or how are you feeling about the Spider-Man 2?
I think I'm so hyped up because I skipped Miles Morales, because I know what you're saying. Because you get kind of burnt out of that formula if you play it all the time and that's all you play. You're like, all right, like I know everything. I kind of got everything that I wanted out of it. How I feel about it, a lot of people got nostalgia glasses, but the way it's going right now, man, I would confidently argue anyone online that I think this is the best Spider-Man game out today.
Oh wow!
Today, yeah.
Wow.
That's I know. Everyone's
that's a heavy opinion.
I know, because everyone's like, "What? What about Spider-Man on PS2? What about Shattered Dimensions? What about the one on PS1?" I'm like, bro, get your nostalgia glasses off. Like, you don't see how? I don't know. This is just me, but to me, this is pretty damn good. Now, mechanically, it could be better, sure. Like, we can nitpick all day, but if I was a kid and I was playing this now.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying?
Big difference. Yeah,
that's the way I'm looking at it. Like,
now for me, did they how much? Because I haven't played it yet. I haven't even gotten into the demo or anything. So did they add enough to make it so it is a sequel? Like, because I know a lot of people during the Batman games they were saying they didn't add enough. Like Arkham City, they added the whole city.
Yeah,
but like, how much did they really add to it? So
I'm gonna be okay. I'll tell you this much. I'm gonna be real. The gameplay loop isn't really that different. Outside of like the abilities and the gadgets are different now. They actually limited the gadgets.
Oh, really?
That's a big yikes. Yeah. I think where it's a huge step up is like the set pieces, graphics, and the story. In my opinion, that's where like. Cause you're like watching this like, yo, this is better than the Marvel movies coming out, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like Spider-Man fans are eating, bro. Like they eating good, you know? Like especially after the last movie and now this game, and how there's almost like a cross. There's like a cross between all of them, you know?
Yeah, it intertwines all of them pretty much.
Yes,
right?
like there's things in the movies that are in this game. Like I'm like, okay, fire. I like. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, so it's like story wise, graphics wise, and I think like. Build up wise, I think it's a worthy sequel. Now in terms of like gameplay features, you're gonna feel like you're kind of playing the same game. You might even feel a little cheated though because you played the first one, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you remember when you would unlock a costume, you'd unlock an ability with it.
Uh-huh.
That's no longer a thing, dude.
Oh, so costumes don't give you different abilities.
They don't give you jack. It's so stupid. Yeah. I really hope they fix that in the third one because that's the one thing I'm like, there's no point in like playing around with the suits. It's just for looks.
It's all cosmetics. It's what you want to look like.
Stream loves it, right? You know, everyone loves to see something different, but me, I'm
give
like,
me some incentive on why I'm putting this suit on. What makes it different from each other suit? You know?
Yeah.
Wow, that was big for them to take that out.
I know. Yeah, that's a big yikes, right?
Yeah. I definitely feel I would feel a little cheated on that one.
Yeah, that's why I say. And I tell everybody's like asking me how is. I was like, listen, if you can wait to buy it on sale, buy it on sale. Don't buy it for 70 because in terms of gameplay, it's not really given, man. I'm gonna be honest. But again, like I'm looking at it compared to the first one.
The storytelling and where you're at with it, and Spider-Man is big right now. It really is. So that definitely grabs a lot of people's attention too. But we gotta talk about this $70 price tag on a lot.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, man.
Where did this start coming from? Because the standard was 60 forever, man. And for them to just up the price tag, I get it. It takes more, but we have Unreal Engine 5 now.
Right.
That makes programming and making these games so much easier and cleaner. It really does look way cleaner. And it's not as hard as it is to program these games. I know, obviously, you're making 4K, 8K games. It's not easy. I don't make games, but I don't think a $70 price tag on top of everything, you're going to want to buy DLCs. You're going to want to buy, cosmetics, all that extra stuff. It's sad that it's going up. And it's only $10 at the end of the day, but you're buying 10, 15 games a year, maybe, it adds up quick.
It's a very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a person who can wait for the sales, but you want to stay relevant in this game, you're forking up some bread.
Yeah, because you got to buy it off launch. Like if you're not first, you're last, pimping. Like that's just a straight up.
This is what makes it even worse now. Now you got the big names getting it a day early. I'm
a week early. Let alone not even a day, a week.
Right, a week early. So they already beat the game and you just started.
Yep, and they have all their episodes ready, and you're like, all right, let me get this done. Then get through this, 2, 3, 4 episodes that I did on stream this week, and try to edit them into videos. They got the whole entire series already done, and that's the sad reality. You got to know somebody, which is that's how it's always been. But
or niche down and just like play a game that's not like as big, which I try to do. But I'm gonna tell you what, man, like, it's an expensive hobby. And how I feel about it, I don't like it at all. I would never recommend somebody, unless they were a content creator, I would never recommend somebody to buy a game at full price confidently. I'm telling you, you can like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but as much as I can muster up to remember when somebody asked me, I'm like, because a lot of people will say like, I want to play, but I can't afford to play it. I was like, don't buy it. Like that's how much I put in my gas tank. You can't justify, going to work the same as like buying a new game. It's not that deep. I'm only doing it because I want to make content on it. But like outside of that, if you're just like a normal person, you just want to play games, do not buy these games at $70, man. It's not worth it. Look at the new Mortal Kombat. It was like almost $120 for the full game in the DLC. Like what a robbery that is.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
They put 6 or 7 characters in the DLC,
right? And I literally, bro, at the end, I played through the story. I just did it to play through the story, and that was it. So I literally lost like so much money. Like, what's the point? At the end of my stream, bro, I'm literally like, yo, guys, don't buy this. Buy the old one. You can get all the characters. I'm like showing them, like, look, yo, go on this website. Look, you can get it for $60. You can get all the characters unlocked, all the DLC, the Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Edition. I was like, why would you don't buy this game, guys? I'm literally telling them that after I just played it. I was like, this is all you're getting, Yeah. And then the way they did the costume system is inferior.
Yeah, so for sure. I think Mortal Kombat, I mean, I was hoping for something great this year, but they just slowly fallen off. MK9, great. MK10, even better, right?
Yeah.
MK11, I started to feel that little bit of, hey, what are we changing here? You know, how much am I going to have to spend to get all the characters? Now we're MK1. We just went through the whole thing, which I am interested in getting into the story, but I'm not paying all that money just for the story mode because I'm a fighting games guy, but I'm not going to play that online competitively. There's no point, you know. And for me personally, I never was good at the Mortal Kombat games. I'm good at some fighters, but when it comes to the Mortal Kombat games, I don't know what it is, or
that's
a different breed. That's just a different breed of people.
To kind of second that a little bit, Mortal Kombat does have a little bit of a reputation in the FGC. It didn't like just start recently getting taken seriously until like recently. It wasn't until recent that like people were like, all right, Mortal Kombat, there might be something here, but people used to just make it a meme. It was kind of like Smash for a while. Like, we were like, why is Smash in this tournament? You know, like
now you realize, dude, Smash is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's peak. Yeah, but they had to make a lot of like balancing changes to like get to that point. And then now it's not even the people, it's Nintendo that's making it difficult. But that's a different conversation now.
Yeah.
But I'm with you, man. Like same thing with the new Mortal Kombat. Like I kind of feel that way, the same way about that one with Spider-Man 2, whereas like story in the new Mortal Kombat, peak, love it. It's like watching a movie, man. They do such a good job. The set pieces, the voice acting, the camera work, the build up, beautiful.
Yeah.
For $70 though, Like,
now, how long was the story mode? What is it, like 12 chapters?
Yeah, you could definitely beat it in a day. Like if you got a dedicated day, you take off and you got like 8 hours to spare, you'll beat it in the 8 hours, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
The one game that I had no problem forking over the money for, right?
Ooh.
I've been playing. I play this game a lot still, right? Resident Evil 4. It was newer, but but that game,
because and then notice what they did. Like they dropped the mercenaries free. They updated it. Then they gave a DLC that's actually like competent.
Yeah,
like, I agree. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 definitely was worth every penny.
Yeah, that game it was just worth it. I enjoyed all of the game. Like, and it didn't take me a day to beat. It didn't. No. You had to sit there and figure out the puzzles, and especially if it's your first playthrough, it's going to take you 12 to 16 hours to beat that game.
Yeah.
Especially, with all the chapters. I think there was 16 to 18 chapters, something like that.
Right.
And it's so worth it to re-go through that game too. So I've re-ran that game, I think 3-4 times, and you find something new that you didn't find before every single time. So there's so much depth with that one, and the way they did this, the parry system and the shooting mechanics. I felt like John Wick. I swear to God.
Yeah. He be carrying the gun sometimes when they're real close.
Yeah, when he's right there with it.
Yeah. It's so good. You got the kicks. That's what I love about Resident Evil 4. It's like Leon was really like an action hero. You're playing like an action hero, and I love it.
You are the protagonist. You really
are the protagonist. You're a badass. You're here to rescue the president's daughter, and you're qualified, bro.
Yeah, you are certified. It ain't no Resident Evil 2. You're running around like rookie. You are certified. You know what you're getting into and what the hell you can do.
Yeah.
So I love that game.
They put the one-liners in. Where's everybody going? Bingo. Like, oh man.
Yeah, that's. That took me back, man. Man. That was a banger line too.
That's what I'm saying. And you're noticing these games are starting to come back, man. We're starting to go back to the old 80s, like 80s, 90s action movies, because RoboCop just came out today.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We got Resident Evil 4, who Leon's like clearly like a die-hard, like grizzled kind of guy. Even though he don't look like it, he looked more of like an emo kid.
Yeah. He looked like the pretty boy emo kid, but he really is that dude. Like he's that dude. Yeah,
he will steal your girl. Like, like 100%, bro. Like he got ain't nobody got hair looking that nice when you're running around
kicking the fuck out of zombies.
But his hair gonna be looking nice. He gonna have the one-liners. Like, he was every especially in the 90s era. I'm sure we grew up around the same. I'm 30, so
23, my man.
Yeah, there you go. So like when we was growing up, like the goth era, he was like the guy.
It was peak for him to be in that era.
Yes.
And I want to touch on, you were saying that we're going back. and like
Yeah,
all
like
the classics are getting remade, and that's what people really are enjoying.
yeah,
It's been a while since I've had anything like brand new that's like, wow, this is gonna be a
right.
classic game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's the ones that go back like Resident Evil 4, they did the Halo remastered stuff. That brings everybody back. They got what else did they bring back? They brought back all kinds of older stuff, and that's what people want. And it's like, where did the creativity go? You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It just personally, I haven't seen anything that's like, damn, this is a classic. Like they kept the God of War story going. That obviously is because it was already a classic, and
Yeah.
that's why everybody loves it. And it's a great game. It is a great game. But stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel
Absolutely.
like the last one, I was like, wow, this is really good. If you played
Yes.
Horizon Zero Dawn, that one was a banger for me when I first played that. But that was again 6 years ago, 7 years ago for the first one.
Mm-hmm. Like, I, yeah, I'm with you there. Like, how do I say this? I feel like I was talking about this with some of the other guys that were on the show, and one of the biggest problems it seems is that like maybe things got like a little too laxed, like a little too easy. Like you can feel the passion. You can feel like these dudes were out to prove something.
Yeah,
And I don't know if it's like a culmination of like the internet and like expectations, like
cancel culture. You can't
a
have
bunch
too
of stuff
much
like that.
stuff,
Where
and
yeah, like there's it became like a pool of like bullshit.
yeah,
And now it's like we're just expected to just take from it. And now these studios, for some reason, are so creatively bankrupt that like now they're just remastering old stuff. I mean, look at what Konami's the worst example of this. Look at what they're doing now. They're just remastering Metal Gear Solid 3, which a lot of people will say is like a masterpiece game. And they're taking that and they're enhancing it, and it looks great. I'm super hyped. But look at how they got my money. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Off an old game. There's
I gotta
nothing really like
replay a game that I played 15 years ago.
right, and just a new coat of paint. And I'm okay with that, but it's like there is a lack, and yeah, that's a big conversation right there, man. I mean, there could be a multitude of reasons. I couldn't give you one exactly, but that is true. I mean, we see it now we see it over and over and over again, and it's like I feel bad for this new generation, man. I do. I wish they grew up playing the games I did, and they can appreciate like
A great game.
yeah, exactly, and not take this BS like that new. I'm sorry, that new Mortal Kombat like is kind of BS. Like I love the story, I'm grateful for it, and I can tell that that's where like probably all the budget went. But you're not gonna sell me all these characters for $120. Like, are you crazy? Like,
Yeah,
but that's what we're used to now. And then development does cost a lot of money apparently because it's not even the process of making it. Because I know you mentioned Unreal Engine 5, like freaking anybody can make a game, and indie dev can make an amazing game on Unreal Engine 5.
yeah.
But the problem is that these people are like employees. They got benefits. You got the sound team for the sound team. You got a team for like people just walking on different surfaces. You got a team for like, you got to pay these actors, and these actors been out for years. It's like, it's such a thing. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and again, we talked about this on the show. Like our biggest advocate, the biggest hope right now is just indie devs, man. I've been playing a lot of independent games. Midnight Fight Express is a big one I'd recommend. Sifu is one that you recommended. I don't think that was a major publisher.
No, yeah, that was they got published through Epic, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But yeah, it was an indie.
Yeah. So
game.
And they pick them up, and that's how they get like that extra budget because and it helps them out. But that's really the last hope for creativity, man. The last indie game that
devs coming out doing stuff to compete with the big dogs, which is sad because we get it. You built this big foundation and everything like that, but how do you think you built it?
Right. Off of the people who were passionate and made creative ass stuff back in 1998 when all you had was a bunch of pixels.
Yeah, and it's you can see it in real time happening. People like Call of Duty falling off. What the hell happened to Halo? Like Halo had a great opportunity, and they put a lot of money into Halo. This last Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
You see Call of Duty falling off. You see all kinds of stuff like all these big companies just putting out garbage, and it's sad. Like Bethesda, everybody was really excited for Starfield, right? Apparently, I didn't touch it, but it's been getting a lot of hate, a lot of hate.
Yeah. So I tried it on PC and it didn't run well, so I don't want to judge it too harshly, but there is a lot of issues that I've been hearing, but it's one of those games that it's not for everyone.
Yeah.
The big problem I heard was like just traveling is a pain. There's like no vehicles. You just walk everywhere, but the things are big, so I don't know, man. I didn't hear. I don't even think it's going to be game of the year. Isn't that crazy to say?
Yeah,
like, bro, a Bethesda game is not in that
Bethesda
conversation.
Almost 10 years to make or something like that. They were working on this for a long time. And I've just been hearing that they thought it was rushed. That's what a lot of people have been saying. And
yeah,
you took all that time, just take a couple more years. Like, look how long they've taken for Skyrim. Look how long GTA 6 is taking. Like that's the stuff that's gonna keep people coming back. Like GTA 6, I have high hopes because
and you know it's gonna be good.
That.
Yeah, it's Rockstar. They have a reputation. Like, so it's their business model, it's their investors, it's all a big mess. But you could tell Rockstar, they whoever's in charge of there knows games. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got these business executives, they don't understand games, they just see money, and they know this game needs to be out by this time so they could, get their paychecks by Christmas. Like, we know what y'all doing. You know what I mean? But Rockstar, they whoever, again, it's like how it used to be back then. Like, a lot of the people that were making these games and in charge of these games in these business meetings, they were all gamers, and they would say, look, this is what we should do, this is what we should do. Now it's just all money, and everyone's just doing recycled garb.
Yeah.
And we keep buying it. Like,
and the Rockstar's credit, they're still selling a lot of GTA. GTA 5 is still making them up a lot of money. A lot of money, right? Obviously, they put out GTA 6, they're going to make way more. But
it's going to be ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, but, they have that leeway, that cushion, because they're still making so much money off GTA 5.
Yeah, that's true.
GTA 5 is almost what? 11-year-old game?
Yeah.
2010, I think, maybe, so 13 years. You got to think. I mean, a lot of these companies don't have that. They're not still selling.
That's true.
Like, Call of Duty's still not selling Black Ops 1 like crazy.
No, yeah, that's true. That's
content for Black Ops 1. But at the same time, make it a classic, and you could do that, Right. So there's that, give and go on that, to me personally.
No, I love it. Very good point. I didn't even think about that. No.
Yeah,
I gotta ask you, or I'm gonna kick myself before we get off.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you, if you could do it, if you were to think of like top 5, top 10 anime off the top of your head. If
My
you're
top
willing,
5?
If you're willing to throw yourself in the fire, what would you say? Let's start with like the best one of all time. I'll do it first, so you're not alone. Okay.
Yeah.
I really feel like I can't think of many that would beat this, but I hate to sound like a basic ass dude.
Yeah.
But I just really feel like Attack on Titan might be peak for me, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Now that's coming from someone who hasn't saw like One Piece or like the majority of like the big animes.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen of Attack on Titan, I just haven't seen anything that grabbed me as much as that anime. That would be my first.
For me, this is honest to God, unpopular opinion. I know I'm gonna catch some hate for this. I don't even know if I have Attack on Titan in the top 5.
Wow. Okay.
And that's maybe let's give that a second.
No, you can.
But maybe that's just because I didn't give it that full chance. It's great, it is a great anime, but there's the anime that's in my number 1. I haven't felt the way that I felt about an anime ever with this one. And my thing is this is the only anime that I wish, there's maybe one more that I wish I could really forget that I watched and I forgot what happens in this anime, so I can rewatch it one more time for the first time. And I don't know if it was because this one got me back in, and it's weird, but Death Note was definitely
yeah.
I think that's my number 1.
Yeah.
action, it's not that big on action, but the grab and how much it really pulled me in and made me binge watch it. I haven't had an anime do that in a long
time. Yeah. You know what? That would be my number 2. The only reason why Attack on Titan takes first is for a lot of reasons. I won't compare the two. I think that's not fair because Death Note isn't even really like an action anime.
Yeah.
But that's a very fair and based answer.
That anime did some stuff for me. I really, it got me back into wanting to watch all the other ones.
It's crazy that because it's like a detective thriller, like not even mystery because you know who the killer is. If you haven't watched Death Note,
cat and mouse chase, and like they're working together. And they both know that the other one knows, but they have to prove it.
Yeah.
And it's just like L is trying to prove that he's Kira before Kira can kill him.
Yeah.
And the one thing I will say about the anime, and I said it in the video that I did make, we didn't need an arc after L lost. I'm not gonna lie.
That was
end the show, light wins, congratulations. That's what we all wanted. I didn't need to see him how it ended. I didn't care if they did a cliffhanger or whatever, but that should have ended the episode L lost. In my opinion.
It was man, dude, we could talk all day about this. I'll tell you what, man, like dude, just thinking about how much of a conversation that anime starts. It might be, and I was talking to my cousin about this because he believes like One Piece is like peak fiction. Like he just thinks it's like the best thing of anything. I haven't seen it yet, so when I see it, maybe I'll change my mind.
So long. It's such and there's this website. It's called I forget what it's called, but it's One Piece, and they just take out all the filler, everything you don't need to see, and you can just watch it through. I think it's still 700 episodes or something like that. Which is crazy.
It's still
I wish I had the time to invest into that. I do.
I tried to. Like the Death Note, hands down, is a highly recommended. It definitely would be on my top 5. My only gripe with it is just that, like you said, like the way it kind of like it felt like it was like. After that, it was like, all right,
it was dragged on to make more money, I understand, but I think it was episode 16. They could have ended it at episode 16. We went to episode, I think it was like 20. It was high 20s or something. I might be just biased because I was sad that he lost or that he ends up losing to some kid that wasn't L. But
L was literally supposed to be him.
I would have rather L win than the successor or whatever it is, it
was like his successor,
his little brother or something. The thing was, they just gave him the answers. He didn't come up with them or figure out a way to explain how he got to the answers. It just literally he
fell on his lap,
that. Just straight up. It just, this is why it is, and it was dumb how they did it that way. And maybe they were running out of budget for the show or whatever it was, but it felt rushed, Maybe they could have did it better, but again, I would totally, if there was one anime I would go back and forget that I watched and rewatch, that would be the one.
Because the way it grips you and you want to like see the next episode like immediately after. That's fair. Yeah, man, I think I only put AOT over it because of I love like a lot of the characters on that show. Although side note, the main character Aaron actually pisses me off, but that's a whole different topic. He actually does piss me off. I don't know why people think he's not a good character. Actually, it actually have you seen it?
I've seen some of it. I have. Just not all of it. I know what happens. I do know what happens.
You do know what happens. Okay, I don't want to spoil too much. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, but I can kind of understand why he becomes a terrorist because he kind of always was a little bit of a bitch.
Yeah, he was always
did you not notice that? Rewatch it, bro. He was a bitch the whole time.
The whole time.
A whole bitch.
You get some power and now you can just kill fucking everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and now I know what I gotta do. I'm gonna kill everybody. Yo, Aaron, you such a bitch, bro. You just a
Yeah.
bitch. Like,
Without that power, you're fucked. You're done.
Exactly. I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm just gonna kill everybody. Freaking just a little bitch.
So
right.
I understand why everybody does love it, and I just maybe didn't give it a proper chance. I
I
that's
understand.
probably the truth.
Yeah.
It just was hard for me to start it.
Yeah.
But I did keep up with when they were bringing out the new episodes and everything like that. The last season was fire. I ain't gonna hold.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
it was crazy when they did the founding or the what is it? All the 50-foot titans, the colossal, titans, everything like that.
Yeah,
it's crazy as shit. Levi, OG, bro.
Yeah, Levi. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
he gives me Itachi vibes. He really does.
He does.
Same with in Demon Slayer, the dude. His name's Gyu.
Okay.
I get Itachi vibes from him, and he's this like real quiet, like depressed motherfucker that. But when he pulls up, shit happens.
Yeah. And it gets so good in that aspect. Like, I think why I love it so much is because it really gives me like that. It's the only show that ever really like showed me like, sometimes you gotta look things at different like perspectives. I think that's like the best animated like show that, because it's not that I'm not a big fan of this narrative, but I do like that they tackled it, and it's actually why I like that Aaron is a bitch, because it actually makes me mad, and I like shows that give me like an emotion, you know?
Yeah, get you invested like that.
It gets me very invested, yeah. So like I do like if I had to like show my kid like, here's a good example of like sometimes you got to look at all perspectives, like that would be the anime I would choose. Versus where like something like Death Note, I would literally be like, you need to watch this to just see how you can make something super engaging, gripping, and exciting without swinging one time. I mean, it was like one fight scene. It was like barely 2 minutes.
And I think he kicked him. He just kicked him in the face, and that was it.
And it was like the one where he like shot a gun out of the guy's hand, but that was it.
Okay, yeah.
But I would show that to like show anyone really. I'm trying to get my wife to watch it. I'm gonna get her one day.
Yeah.
But to show like how powerful like writing is, because even the English dub, right? Like that guy killed it, man.
Yeah, he did.
You know, and you can see like his descent into madness. The only other show that I ever seen that with besides Death Note was Breaking Bad. If you notice,
oh my god,
right?
Peak television right there.
He's folks. Like a different person.
Yeah,
the same thing with Light's walking around. He looks young. He's happy. He's like,
oh, he's a scholar. He's about to go to college, and all of a sudden you get some power, and that's
then
the
you
same
see
thing
him
that
at the
happened
end
in
of the show,
Bad.
And he looks crazy.
Yep.
Same thing with Walter. Like if you look at it, he looked like a basic white dude. Just I'm a
middle-aged teacher, and all of a sudden he becomes the biggest kingpin in the whole entire Southwest.
Yeah.
And that show is peak. If y'all haven't watched Breaking Bad,
for real. Yeah. That's the
Give
only
that show a chance.
Yeah. That's the only show I ever saw that like got me in the same way of like seeing someone progress into madness, seeing like how the writing and the way the characters interact, and like you said, I mean, kind of rambling on here, but dude, like the way the Death Note cat and mouse game is played there, I haven't seen that in anything. Yeah. Period. Like you're right about that, dude. I'm telling you.
And for me, with both those characters, right? You got Walter. He's slowly going into turning into Heisenberg.
Yeah.
And you see Light. He's slowly turning into Kira. And I think it was episode 2 he started killing people.
Bro,
like,
going
it happened
crazy.
Quick.
Yes.
It happened so fast.
I was like, this dude needed chill. Like that was his mistake right there. Yeah. Like that second day when he's writing way too many names, like dog, chill.
Yeah. And he did it all at the same time.
Yeah.
So I talked about this in the video. This is where he lost. He had already lost in the second episode. Yeah. This is how L found him.
Yeah.
Literally, L goes on television. A fake L goes on television, and he started broadcasting that news television or the news to that area of Japan or wherever it would be. And he said he was just going to broadcast it to different regions of the world to find out where you are. And when he killed him, and it was the first time they already aired it, they found him immediately.
Immediately, yeah. And it was crazy is that like that's like criminal justice 101.
Yeah.
Like if everyone in a certain region is dying, it's probably there. So
Yeah.
You like, bro.
And you know, he's a young kid, you don't think about it, but he's also very smart.
Yeah.
But that shit, that was when I figured out L won all for him.
Yeah, 100%. He did. He couldn't prove it. If you
He
think
couldn't
about
prove it.
Yeah,
There's no, I mean, there's what can you do?
Yeah.
There's no way that he could prove it until he figured out that there was a second Death Note and that he had that Misa Amane baddie, by the way. That really was a big step for him to figure out how this was happening. And even then, he still couldn't do it. Yeah. But that's just because Light was still really, really fucking smart. Like that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
But number two, my number two anime. This might be just nostalgia and me being the big top main ones, but I think Naruto really other than all the filler and shit like that, but just the characters, the abilities, the hand signs, I feel like a good anime, it makes you want to be in that universe. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably number two for me.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Like, dude, I remember what got me into that anime was the Storm games. I was like, yo, Naruto fans over here eating. Yeah, let me dabble in this game. And then it got me into the story. And no, I hear you. I didn't get to finish it, but I kept up with it that way and like how people were telling me about it. And yeah, I'm a Kakashi stan. So
yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I'm a stan for that guy.
So if you ever want to get anybody into that show, I either show them the Might Guy versus Madara. That is peak anime. That is 100%. When I was first getting into it, the best fight was Gaara versus Rock Lee. And that one where he drops the weights and it was like, what?
Yes.
Yeah, that one did me in right there. That was what got me.
Okay. I love it. Dude, yo, what will be your next two? 4 and 5.
Next 2 out of 5. I did a video on Hunter x Hunter, but that's actually not. I'm not even a big fan of that. I just fuck with Killua. I just fuck with Killua. He's cool as shit. He really is. I feel like the top 3. It has to be. I know this is real mainstream, but I grew up on it. Dragon Ball Z. Like there's no, especially Dragon Ball Super. That don't really did me in. And then number 4, I'm thinking. This is before the new season of My Hero, but up to like the end of where All Might loses his powers. My Hero was fire, bro.
Yeah,
My Hero was definitely fire. There's one the honorable mention would definitely be I think it's Fire Squad or something like that.
Okay.
They're like a team of firefighters and they all use flame powers and shit like that. It's fire. It's on Hulu, but. Yeah, that'd probably be honorable mention. How about you?
Yeah, definitely AOT. Death Note. It would be immediate second.
Yeah.
Third might be Samurai Champloo.
Okay.
Fourth might be. It might be One Punch Man. Yeah, One Punch Man for sure.
Fire.
And then my 5th. If I had to squeeze one in there, I guess it would be all the ones I watched. Let me think.
It's hard to put them all in like a tier list.
Yeah, like I would need like a bigger list, but
they each fill that void for each show, in my opinion.
Yeah. If I had to pick a 5th, if I had to squeeze it in there. It might just be Dragon Ball, yeah. I'd agree with that because it's just because of what it did for me. Like it was like the gateway drug for anime for me.
And that was everybody's gateway. Yeah, like that was everybody. That's what got everybody into it.
Yeah. And just for and the plot really isn't that bad. I feel like
there's one main villain per season or section they do, and it builds cohesive. Up.
Yeah,
the transformations were fire. You see planets being exploded. Where are you gonna see that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, to me, like, I don't know, man. Just the way the Cell saga was made was just so dope. Yo. Like, this dude's really just like, Come fight me. I'm right here.
Yeah, and
You know,
Teen Gohan.
right? That whole
Oh,
art.
he is the one who unlocked that Black Force energy on God. Like he did not care, bro.
No, man, no. Like Cell was really him talking about some. You know where to find me, bro.
Yeah,
You can
he
come
really
catch these
was.
hands. I've got this. I got my own tournament.
Yep.
I'm like that's crazy. You know, like yeah, I can't think of many animes that I would not put on there. And people dog on it, you know, like, but
It's older though, man. That's just from the
that's why.
70s,
Yeah,
70s,
yeah,
80s,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
people say peak anime is Dragon Ball Super, Tournament
Yeah,
Power, you
yeah,
know, so like that, the newer stuff is still relevant,
yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
so is the older stuff. That's what the
yeah,
craziest thing is.
yeah. If you're like, I would even if I had like a top 50, I definitely put even like the original Dragon Ball in there. Now it's an acquired sense of humor because this was
Yeah,
different
it's
times,
so much,
man.
it's so old. So,
It's so old, so like the humor is like a little more like edgy, a little more perverted. Like that's their humor, you know. It wasn't meant for like the girls though. It was more like for the dudes, you know. And now
yeah.
things are changing, but I think I would even say that, yeah. Just it's so goofy, man. But it's I can't recommend it like confidently without like
But
cringing
yeah,
because some of the
to be
scenes.
willing. You have to be willing to watch it.
Yeah,
Like,
you gotta have an open mind, bro.
yeah, especially because it's just so old. And you're right, it was for young, like little, like young boys.
Yeah,
It was that kind of humor. Like you see freaking Goku smacking Bulma's.
yeah, bro. It was so
He's like,
crazy.
you don't got one of these? Like,
Yeah, it's so crazy. Dude, I was watching this one episode, man. I can't remember it. My brain is so foggy on it, but I'll try to like summarize it as best as I can real quick. Dude, there was like this guy. He was like kidnapping these girls and like basically forcing them to be like his wife, you know?
yeah, yeah.
So they were like trying to go rescue like these girls. When they get to like where they're at, they're like living their best life. They're like happy, you know? So he's like actually like taking care of them.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. Like you can't do that
You
now.
can't,
You know, you can't
like
just have
kidnap girls and then give
no.
them the best life and then they don't want to go. Like,
Right. Like it's just what? But like it's funny though. Like if you
yeah.
loosen the up,
Yeah,
it's actually pretty
definitely
funny.
is.
It's fiction, obviously, but you know, now that's a sensitive topic. You gotta be careful. And like you said, like jokes like that, you know, like where you know, you got stuff like that. There's like, you know, freaking boner references
There's
and like booby references.
Master Roshi. That's literally just Master Roshi.
That's literally his whole exactly. So you in
general.
That's his whole shtick.
Yeah, he's a perverted old man. That's what he's meant to be doing. Like,
yeah, so I can't say it with confidence, but listen, if you look at it for its time, it's freaking hilarious. I don't know.
oh, it's great. I mean, it shows the progression. You know, it really, really does. Like, especially if you look at Dragon Ball compared to when you get to the Super Saiyan stage of Dragon Ball Z, it's like a night and day thing.
Yeah.
It really is. And like obviously there's fight scenes and everything like that, but the difference in the progression of that anime is insane.
Yep.
I
love it.
My true number 5 is actually my wallpaper. It's Demon Slayer. So it's gotta be, I'm not gonna say, you know, I was dogging season 3, but season 1, season 2. Yeah.
Dude, I get recommended that so much. I just need to bite the bullet and just watch it.
Man, you'll get hooked. Especially the entertainment district of season 2. I tell you, like there's a couple fights that are like in the top 10 of anime fights in that season alone.
Wow.
And like it's crazy. It was bringing me back to like my first time watching Naruto and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I hadn't had an anime do that in a long time. So like that was a big reason why. And I was really excited for season 3 and it fell off, you know, and it's not going to be perfect every season. It's not. So I'm expecting season 4 to be fire because they're going with the number 1 Hashira, which is like the strongest guy in the whole show. And you'll get to see what the fuck the strongest guy in the whole show can do.
Okay.
Yeah, in season 3, they were kind of just with the lower ranking ones. And, you know, there was this one girl, she had a sword and it's like a whip. And it's like, I didn't like it. I just that was me. I mean, but season 1, season 2 was fire. Like I would recommend that so much to anybody to watch that first 2 seasons.
All right, bet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to knock it into the list, man. I gotta stop trolling. I'm like, I got Crunchyroll like not too long ago, and I was watching like Trigun Stampede. I was loving it, right?
Yeah.
Then I go online and people are like, "This is horrible." I'm like, "What?" But that's all the OG boomers. So I don't know, man. We'll see. But
yeah.
But I'll take your word on it. I'll definitely check it out. I'm sure I think it's on Netflix. I'm gonna have to. I can't steal anyone's Netflix anymore. They blocked me off of that.
I know that shit's crazy, dude.
So stupid,
I literally,
right?
I tried to use my parents.
Yeah.
I thought we had the family plan, like, and they were like,
fam. They just took that off you. Hulu still, shout out Hulu.
Shout out Hulu.
They still let you do it. Amazon, they still let you do it. Nah, man, it's messed up. Which
Disney
also,
Plus is still fire. Yeah, they let you do it.
No,
I would like a lot of Disney Plus. Like, if you watch the Loki, that new Loki show.
Yeah, I know you said it's really good. I mean, people are like dropping reviews on it and like going episode by episode. I'm sure it's pretty dang good.
The
it's leading up to a movie, you think?
No, they gotta keep it a show. I'm not gonna lie. The first season was insane. Like the dude literally falls in love with himself. And like there's a female version of Loki.
And he loves it.
And they make out, bro. It's crazy as fuck. Like, and not the whole make out thing, but it's crazy
how narcissistic he is, basically.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, I get it. Dude, somebody said something. I don't know if you would know, but somebody said something about somebody's death recently was really crazy. Could you explain that? In Loki, yeah.
It's probably the timekeeper. Like they found the god of time.
Okay.
And spoiler alert.
No, yeah.
The lady, she murders the fuck out of him. I'm not even gonna lie.
Like, what happened?
So he tells her, like, if you kill me, there's gonna be like 60 more of me that come back, and you're not gonna be able to handle them. And he, like, in the comics, this is the dude. Like, he's better than Thanos, straight up.
Okay.
So he's like the writer of time. She kills him. They started finding more people. They started finding. They're called variants. They found the first one, new version of him, and they're just gonna start popping up all over the timelines. And so they, instead of dealing with one, they deal with 60 or however many it is. And then in the most recent episode, I don't know if this is the one you're talking about. Again, spoilers, team. Make sure you guys watch the show. It's great. They are in a box, right? There's a machine that creates a holographic box, and it slowly squeezes them down and literally crushes them into nothing. Like, it's it's crazy. It's really, that'd be a horrible way to go if you're claustrophobic too. So
it's just slowly closing.
And there's like 30 people in there. And it's slowly closing down, and you hear them screaming, and you hear the crunch, and then it's nothing. There's nothingness. So the lady walks into the room, and she sees all what is left, and it's fucked, man. It's really bad.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yep. I see why they said like that was the craziest death. Okay, that makes sense. And they showed that thing.
They didn't show them getting crushed, but you heard it.
Whew.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he did say that. The person I was watching was like, it was like a craziest off-screen death I've ever like heard or seen. I think he said. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that is insane.
It was nuts, bro. That shit was it was fired to like that they did it, but for a Disney show, I was shook. I mean, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Like, all right, Disney, I see you.
Yeah, Disney's moving up. I don't know how they're gonna do how they're doing with Phase 4 though. I like the shows, I do, but what they did with Thanos and Endgame and Infinity War, I don't think they'll ever get back to something like that. I don't think they had Spider-Man, the new one with all 3 of them, but like that was fire. Don't get me.
Yeah, I loved it.
But I don't think they'll ever. It was definitely peak. It was there's no way that they could top that. And if they do, I'd be hyped. I really will be.
The only way I know is that now with the Venom finally, fighting Spider-Man, I'm hearing. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
That might actually happen on the screen, so that's hype.
Yeah, that would be.
I was like, that was the only thing that bothered me about the new Venom. I was like, are they ever gonna face off against Spider-Man? Looks like they're gonna make it happen. So it seems like Spidey's making the moves, man. I might just be invested in that.
That's definitely going to be their main guy is what it seems like, especially with Iron Man going. I mean, they got Thor, but they were sticking him with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I didn't even see that one. I mean, I just wasn't interested in it. But Thor is fire. He definitely is a fire character.
I'm nervous about Blade, man. I'm nervous.
Blade, yeah,
I know. Like, you can't go wrong with Blade, but I'm just nervous. I feel like they're gonna I feel like they're gonna like pat it down or something. You know, like just go all out, man. Everybody wants the doggo.
The doggo. He's actually named after John Wick. I didn't even get to tell you that earlier.
No, really?
His name's Keanu.
That's awesome. Beautiful dog. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I just want them to just go all out. Kind of like how Deadpool went, just go rated R, man, like we'll see. Yeah. I don't know.
And I think they'll do him justice with how they did Deadpool. I mean, Deadpool 2,
right,
Deadpool 1, hell yeah.
Yo, just amazing game. I mean, game, listen to me. Amazing movie. Yeah.
I would love for them to come out with the game again.
Yeah. The game was exactly what you would expect, so it was pretty good. That's his bet now, man. That's Keanu's bet now.
Oh yeah, he runs it, bro.
That's awesome.
That's my guy.
Man. Oh yeah. So look, dude, I gotta let you go, unfortunately, man. But you gotta let us know what you got coming up, man. How can we keep up with you?
I got you, bro. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna start getting back on the Discord, and I'm gonna start, putting stuff back out on the YouTube community page and everything like that to let people know. I really do appreciate it. I had a blast, bro. It was a vibe.
Yeah, man.
I would love to get on here again sometime, for real. Seriously, you got a big thing coming for you. You really are doing great things, and I really appreciate the love and support. Seriously, I'm 5 subs away from 600.
Hey, there we go.
Oh, I gotta grind out. I gotta get my shit together, and I really do appreciate the little kick in the ass to get.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You got it.
It's nice to hear. It's nice that somebody obviously recognizes and sees what I could be doing, and
absolutely
kind of again gives you the kick in the rear end. But I appreciate y'all's time. I love y'all. Appreciate you for real. Everybody take it easy. Stay breezy. This has been your boy Dame.
Hey.
Hey.
Yes, sir.